satisfying pop.
Yeah, that was, let's see if I can get something a little better over here. Well, like not cutting my thumb or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Your microphone's on. You're good. Talk to me. Talk to me, baby. That was better pop.
Good pop.
I talked over it, but it was better pop.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
I don't talk over my pop.
I know. I'm used to talking over you, so.
It's not nice of you.
I know.
That's a good goddamn Jolly Rancher Blue Raz.
There you go.
That's the man. They make good shit. C4.
Good shit.
Not everyone's good, but that's goddamn good. All the Jolly Rancher flavors are very good.
This one's all right.
That's
watermelon.
Yeah, it's okay. I've had better.
I've had worse.
Story of my life.
Welcome to We Need Wrestling.
Story of my life.
I'm DJ. That's Brett. He's the one currently singing Social Distortion.
No, I would never. First of all. Social Distortion.
I mean, that was a Social D song.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, I think it was a train song. I don't know. Dwicky he'll fucking... No, if it was Story of My Life, I'd be whining the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Story of my life. Yep. Ugh. You got beat up by Vinny Stigma.
I used to love that band.
I know you did. You had a fucking jacket and everything.
I bought that jacket off of a guy.
Did you now?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know?
Yeah. A good dude.
I would say, was it a guy or a good dude?
You good dude?
Oh, God. Good dude.
I would still love that band to this day if they weren't so freaking terrible when I saw them live the last time a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So bad live that it completely ruined the band for me.
I remember when we were at Riot Fest 9 years ago.
Yeah, and I really wanted to watch them, and you were all mad at me that I went over to watch them, and you went with me.
No, I didn't watch them.
Michelle went with me.
Yeah, because Michelle was like, I was like, well, I'm going to go watch Death Cab for Cutie. And she's like, I'd rather go do that.
She should have went.
She should have went.
Free lady.
She should have went.
I up against Death Cab for Cutie. While I don't think Social D performed that great, that wasn't the live performance that kicked me away from them. I would have still picked them over Death Cab. So
Death Cab rocks, man.
Yeah, I'm all right.
No, you're not. You're trying to sit with Social D. Sucks for you, buddy.
Michelle and I saw them at the Croc Rock when we were first started dating, and they were awesome.
I don't believe that.
They were.
I believe the situation happened, but not the awesome
and
part.
The live record is Live at the Roxy. Is a really good live album. But
not better than Agnostic Front at CBGB's, I'll tell you that much. No, sir. That's not the truth at all.
Yeah, welcome to Wrestling.
Hello, we're here.
How are you, pal?
I'm fucking good, man.
We're gonna be like the second to last or maybe last podcast on the planet to talk about WrestleMania this week.
One of them, I'm sure.
But we are hashtag better than Sean Ross Sapp now also. So
that's
thank
also
everyone
happened.
for voting.
Sean Ross Sapp has gotten beat.
If I get this out in enough time, probably not, because I think it's gonna be over before tomorrow morning. Go vote for us again, because we're in another battle. But really, we're better than Meltzer. We're better than SRS. What else do we want? It doesn't matter who else we're better than.
I agree with that.
Nobody's gonna be better than Canyon, so it doesn't really matter.
That's a fucking fact. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Yeah. Right.
Just all right.
Just all right. Living life.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently.
All right. Well, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's live life.
Mm-hmm.
Does your lifestyle determine your death style?
Yes.
All right. Good.
Yeah. Nothing. I don't know. Saw a good movie the other day.
Yeah, we did.
Still thinking about it.
Sinners was fantastic.
Go see Sinners.
Absolutely, go see it. It is fucking awesome.
It's not about wrestling, but if this wasn't a wrestling podcast, I would maybe start a Sinners podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just watch Sinners once a week, every week, and talk about it. Or Sinners Minute and do a minute-by-minute breakdown of Sinners.
Would you call it the Senate?
No.
Okay. Good, because that'd be
I don't like that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Kind of like Warheads, huh? That was,
What about Warheads?
What's up, Warheads?
Yeah, that was fine. That was a little better than the Senate.
Yeah, well, that's debatable.
It was a little bit better. Listen, it got us to where we are today. Sitting on the pile of money that we're sitting on.
That's true.
The Scrooge McDuck-like vault.
Beating
if
Meltzer and Sean Ross.
If it weren't for the early Warheads, we would have never been elevated above guys like Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp.
That's a fact.
If only Lion Ratton still had a podcast and we could beat him too.
I'm sure he does. I just don't.
No, I think he left the wrestling sphere.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have a podcast.
Well, a wrestling podcast. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have been more specific. But I didn't realize we were going to get into such semantics here.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, that'd be like the trifecta. Well, I guess if Busted Open, they don't Busted Open's a radio show, not a podcast for some reason.
I think they do a podcast too.
Because it'd be really funny for us to beat Busted Open. But the difference is that that Busted Open, when they found out about it, would go all in, like, we're going to beat these guys.
But then you'd have to go on a video rant.
That's true.
Because you also have colored glasses like Dave does.
Yeah.
So.
His are red in the front, though, right?
I think he's all red.
Yeah. So mine were just red on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
I was out. We were out somewhere. I don't know where it was. Was it the God's Hate show? Was it during God's Hate? That's the last time I was in public, I think, right?
I don't know.
I was somewhere in public, and a lady came up to me who I did not know in a different town and was like, "I really like your glasses."
That wasn't a God's Hate.
No.
Nope. I don't know where that was. I was not there, sir.
No, I think it was during God's Hate, though, and it was just I was off to the side of you guys. She didn't like. It was like. It wasn't like a come walk in my face. She was like standing near me and just turned around and was like, "Oh, hey, I like your glasses."
Oh,
and I was like, "Okay."
Kid still got it, huh?
He never lost it.
That's what I like to hear, pal.
But yeah,
it's what I like to hear.
But we got lots to talk about because
sure do.
Fucking WrestleMania happened, and who wouldn't want to hear our opinion on WrestleMania?
Of course,
both night 1 and night 2.
Yeah,
with their powers combined to make a good one night of WrestleMania.
It was one good night, that's for sure.
But and then I'm not going to say this is going to be a negative episode of the podcast because I had a really good time with everything. But I'm way more excited to talk about the freak show than I am the good wrestling that happened. And the good wrestling that happened around WrestleMania weekend was, I think, kind of reduced from last year.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton that really stood out.
Yeah.
But man, oh man.
Oh, can I mention this on air?
A lot of freaks.
And then us not do it?
What?
We got another message today.
Oh,
so
they
keep reaching out.
They're reaching out to everybody.
I know.
Because I saw it.
Right. I knew they are. They want as much coverage as possible, but they're like, pay me.
I don't have a way to watch. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on that.
Okay. Well, it could be our big break, and you're turning it
down. Okay. That's okay. Sure.
You're turning it down. It's
hey,
fine.
If you want to overtake that as a singular project, you have at it, buddy.
Okay.
You want to make a video of yourself with your camera pointed at you with one of those fucking ring lights or something, talking about a card where you don't know who anyone is? Have at it. Do it up, pal.
I know those two names.
Okay.
The first announced matches, I know those two names.
All right.
Right there. Look at those guys. Look at those fancy guys right there. I know those guys.
And you barely like one of them.
Yeah, that's true. I barely like one of them, and I really like the other one before he got really hurt.
Yeah.
My point is they got like 70,000 fucking followers on here. But I'm not staying up till 3 a.m. to watch that shit. All right.
I'm sure you can watch it on demand.
Well, probably. That's true. Let's all right, where are we going? What are we talking about? Let's get down to business. Banner's over with.
Dude.
Where are we going? Who are we talking about?
Rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael.
Oh, Mongo passed away.
He's been sick for a very long time.
Yeah.
And yesterday afternoon came out that he did pass away.
Yeah.
Mongo is one of those dudes that like definitely got underappreciated for how hilarious he was.
He's the best worst wrestler for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Like there's a clip that I saw last night and I saved it to my phone because it's so fucking funny. Mm-hmm. It's like him walking up to the British Bulldog.
Okay.
And he like, I'm just going to fucking play it. Hold on. Because I saved it to my phone.
He is a super quotable guy. Like,
I mean, Bobby the Stain, Bobby Hernia.
Right. The apropos.
Yeah, this place is apropos. And that don't mean you're digging around the dirt with farm implements, baby.
Like, it's like.
Hi, Doug.
Like, it's just so, like, I've quoted those things forever. I don't know what any of them mean, but he is a top 10 quotable professional wrestler for me.
Doug says 30 years later, he's still trying to figure out what the fuck it is. Here's this clip of him and Mongo. It's very funny.
There you are, you pumped up English mongrel. Listen, son, and don't stand there drinking coffee when a man's talking to you, Davy boy. Here we go again.
I remember that.
Why did he say Davy boy?
David boy.
David boy.
David
He
boy.
backhands his coffee. Oh, it's so fucking funny. Yeah.
Drinking your coffee when a man's talking to you, David boy.
David boy. And he calls him a British mongrel. Like, it's so fucking funny. Mongo rocks, man. And obviously, hell of a football player, Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Super Bowl champ, part of the 85 Bears.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, sick for a very long time.
Yeah.
You see people like that and you're just kind of like, okay, let him go,
Where does Mongo rank in your Four Horsemen rankings?
Above Paul Roma. Sorry, Marcus. Below, damn, who's like a bad horseman other than Paul Roma?
See, here's the thing, though, and I understand that this is blasphemous, and maybe I should apologize to Marcus also. But, like, from me watching in real time, like, the Horsemen, obviously, the prime Horseman eras were before me.
Of course.
Like, the Horseman that I saw the most, like, obviously in real time, was that Horseman.
So
Flair, Mongo, Malenko,
Malenko,
and the Invisible Man that nobody's allowed to talk about. Because that's when that was when my wrestling fandom was at its most. It was when I was a teenager, like preteen to teenager, like so like Mongo was a horseman to me growing up, and then access to older footage, then you get to see all the other stuff. But so I'm not putting him above any of the original four. Maybe Oli. Just because Oli's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but Oli's in that goddamn...
But Oli
yeah,
rules.
Oli in that Sting promo still fires me up.
But like, I would put Mongo above the guys that had the shorter runs with the Horsemen. Your Sid, like...
So you'd put him above Pillman?
Yep.
Malenko?
No, because they're side by side. I like Malenko better.
Okay. Invisible Man.
Yeah, as a horseman?
Take it strictly as a horseman.
As a horseman, I mean, it's definitely the Horsemen are more important to Mongo's career than it is to Benoit's.
Yeah,
but Benoit's better overall, obviously.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, I put him above Jarrett as a horseman. Above Jarrett, yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I never liked Jarrett as a horseman. Didn't work for me, brother.
No, I just think he was there. He was in it, whether he sucked in the ring or not. That was a really, to me, a quality era of the Horseman. I enjoyed the Horseman in those times.
David boy.
So like he's there. So he's forever linked in. I have a WCW Horseman T-shirt, and it's that era. Like he
has a very funny match with Goldberg. It makes me giggle.
He's got so many funny bad matches. Yeah. He was like. I understand that he was this amazing football player, and he was. He's 85 Bears, one of the best defenses of all time.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's in the Super Bowl Shuffle music video.
Absolutely.
But like when he wrestled, he had the footwork of a baby deer.
Yeah, he was.
So how did he successful in the NFL?
So bad.
Like is it just the texture of turf or grass versus the texture of a wrestling ring?
I'd imagine
that made him move like a baby deer.
I'd imagine.
He just so awkward. Too many spins. He would always try and spin on some things. And he's not as successful at it as the Japanese fucksaw is. Because who is?
Say who is.
But for real, underrated guy. I see a lot of those posts going like, I didn't appreciate Mongo in his time. But looking back, he was a ton of fun. Commentary with Fufu or Fifi or whatever the fuck his dog's name was.
Yeah, and then the classic clip of him calling out Angel Hernandez when he did Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He's like, that blind umpire!
Yeah, and then 30 years later, Hernandez goes or whatever.
Well, Hernandez is such a Angel Hernandez is the worst umpire in the history of baseball.
Didn't he just get removed like a year or two ago? Last year.
Retired.
Yeah, retired.
He stepped down.
Because people were coming for him,
Yep. Yeah. He fucking sucked.
But yeah, rest in peace, Mongo. ALS is my absolute fucking nightmare. Joe just shut the podcast off. Blame Michelle.
I would never blame her for anything. RIP Mongo, that sucks.
Yeah.
The other, I guess, big piece of news, stuff will intertwine as we talk about the show, other news pieces, I guess.
Yeah.
But the WWE
Oh.
has purchased AAA.
Oh. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? You haven't read about this? You hear about this?
So they purchased AAA. That was official Saturday afternoon that came out before Mania started.
Yeah.
Listen, like, I always say Lucha is like one of my blind spots.
I like it when I see it, but I don't seek it out.
Yeah, it's one of the blind spots for me still. I do try to watch more, but anything I've really watched is CMLL.
Yes.
I know friend of the show, Daniel Silverthorne really does watch AAA and adores AAA. But yeah, the only things I've seen from them are like funny clips.
Well, back in the when they first started, like they were, they had Ray and they had all the. There's a lot of quality matches out there on YouTube that everybody's like, oh, they're going to get taken down.
Yeah.
But recent years, particularly, they've been, a lot of people talking about how top tier Wolfpack member, but not top tier human being Conan
Yes.
is has ruined that fucking company.
Yeah.
And that company cannot break from the stranglehold of a 54-year-old vampiro.
Where's my music?
So.
Play my music.
But they have like Psycho Clown, and Psycho Clown was a
rocks.
pretty big hit, and Psycho Clown was cool. And the world champions Alberto Del Rio. So
yeah, that's certainly great.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the talks about like, cool, you bought the company where the guy, I don't know, he runs it or whatever, but he's associated with it.
Yeah.
With the stuff with Steph McCurr.
yes,
So
he's not there anymore.
Okay.
And there's like restraining orders and stuff because apparently he nearly beat her to death.
Yes.
The problem is that the people they showed at WrestleMania in celebration of them purchasing,
they
supported him over her and tried to cover it up and like
good.
Yeah.
Just great people all around
Yes.
doing good things.
So cool.
Yeah. So is it going to become NXT Mexico? Who knows? I've seen little like blurbs where they're saying it's not going to change. The people in charge aren't going to change.
Okay.
But
They will.
learn English and work in more American style.
Yeah.
So who knows how that's going to go.
I mean, they're going to send a lot of their Mexican, Latino, Hispanic talent there to work there for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
you already had Vikingo get involved at Mania over the weekend,
Right.
so
Yeah, and he'll be good on his first WWE show, and then he breaks a fucking leg.
yeah, which I hope that doesn't happen.
Me too, but track record.
Yeah,
A lot of people talk about it. I don't have a ton. Like you said, it's not my wheelhouse, so I don't have a ton to talk about. But a lot of people talking about being like, they're not buying like this grand promotion. Like they're buying a promotion that's limping across the finish line.
yeah.
I'm more interested in seeing if anybody wants to put money down on what becomes NXT branded first, AAA or Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah, because that certainly seems to be going that way too. So
Why else would Shawn Michaels have a meeting with Naomichi Marufuji over WrestleMania weekend?
talk about his boy Inamura, brother.
Uh-huh.
That's why.
Yep.
Talk about, hey, AJ went over and worked you over in Japan. How was that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Shinsuke, that's all he does is goes and works Noah once a year too. So.
And AEW now is apparently partnered up with House of Glory. No.
Yeah, well. So I don't have anything else news-wise.
Okay.
I don't know if you have anything.
Well, I Googled the news. Wow, there's an article here. The first thing that comes up is an article from Boston News thing that's from today. That's about Chris Nowinski working in CTE. That's crazy. We all knew that.
Yeah.
Wrestle Talk, TNA wrestling stars to sign with the WWE.
Is that like real or just speculation?
I don't know.
Purely fucking speculation?
Oh, this is speculation, yeah.
Okay.
Who might be around the corner? Ace Austin, and it's his next page. I'm not going to click next page. I don't care that much. Mongo. Somebody gave an injury update. But I don't see anything about that. Oh, Kairi Sane. I guess she had successful surgery on the ligament.
Yeah, dude, she was looking awesome over
Yeah.
Mania weekend.
Matt Hardy sucking ass. WWE's a benchmark of pro wrestling.
Of course, naturally.
It's TNA. If that, then TNA is the skid mark of pro wrestling. Let's see. Talk about him later. Mongo. Wow, yeah, this is all Travis Scott and shit. So we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into shit we watched. Did you watch Dark Side of the Ring this week?
I did. I watched it today while I was working.
Okay, I actually watched it right when I got off of work before I came up here.
Okay.
So, stupid thought of the Graham.
That's right.
Again, this is one where like
Not a thing learned.
no, and again, we always say like this is for not
Yeah,
for us.
sure.
It's for the more casual watcher. Yeah, I mean, very innovative.
Yeah. Yeah.
People stole a bunch of shit from him.
Right. There's a point in it where somebody said, like, somebody's like, Billy always said, if he was 10 years later, he'd be Hogan. I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Like, because Jesse stole everything from Superstar, and then Hogan stole everything from Jesse and Superstar. It's just what it is.
Yeah. I didn't know he was like that close with Arnold though.
No, I guess that's a learned thing. I didn't know. But
Yeah,
it makes
that was
sense
pretty wild.
being bodybuilder guys,
Like
particularly.
I thought it was cool when his kids were showing the Polaroids of Arnold holding them as babies.
Yeah.
Like, that was wild.
Yeah, and he said like he couldn't get to the hospital or something, so Arnold picked his wife and baby up at the
Yeah.
hospital. Yeah, so that's cool. Arnold with the mustache.
Looking great.
Yeah, it makes sense with the physique that Graham had because
Sure.
especially for the era. Like, you know, and again, I'm not body shaming because I love him, but like, you know, he's having a rivalry with Dusty Rhodes, and he looks like he's carved out of fucking marble.
Yeah.
But yeah, steroids and more steroids
Yep.
and Karate Man and then more steroids and then the liver stuff. Like we knew all this.
Yeah, there wasn't anything crazy.
No.
Which, that's fine.
Yeah.
Not all these episodes are going to be knock him out of the park.
No.
Next week is Eddie Gilbert.
That'll be interesting. A lot less known about Eddie Gilbert, particularly to a non-casual or to a even I guess to a casual audience or even a WWE audience probably don't really know who Eddie Gilbert is. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one.
Do you think Doug Gilbert's going to be on it, or do you think he's going to no show?
I hope he's on there.
He held the producers up for money.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
So before we start any wrestling talk, we have a question.
Oh, jeez.
This is from sweetest of young men, Ed Cody.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코드 질문입니다.
What you got, Ed?
All right. So Ed says, "Hey there, friends and comrades.
Why, Ed?
I assume we're all communists, yes?
Sure.
I have a two-part question. Number one, Eric Stevens tweeted out a video that is a compilation of Takayama doing Everest German suplexes, and this might be a hot take, but I think dude throws the dopest looking Germans ever. Who's your pick for best German suplex thrower?"
Okay.
I think you gotta go Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle's a great one, but particularly those three he throws on Shane McMahon, but when the glass doesn't break. But yes,
Brock. Brock had a hell of a German. Gary Albright.
that's my number one. That's Gary Albright's the one. I was watching Gary because of that question. I saw it because Ed posted it. I was watching Gary Albright clips. The way that Gary Albright has that tiny little stutter right before he throws the guy back is just super cool.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you. I don't think any of them beat Takayama's.
Yeah.
But Gary Albright for me is a big number one guy.
Vader.
Vader threw a great one.
Vader
Yeah,
was nuts.
sure.
He would just let you fly.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah, of course. So
Man, his were so fucking good,
He made
dude.
his paychecks on those. So
Yeah. Fucking Takeshita.
yeah, Takeshi's got a really good one for sure.
He wrote his thesis on the German
Yeah,
suplex.
right. And you can always go the all around suplex guys. You look at your Misawas and all that because of course.
Yeah.
Gary Albright, while he does have a fantastic German, his belly to belly is better.
I'd agree with that.
His belly to belly might be the best belly to belly there is. Maybe only second to Scott Steiner's turning one,
I'd say that was going to be my number one.
but only because Scott Steiner does the turn with it, and it was fun to do in video games.
Fucking nailed people with
But-
it. Yeah, I'd say those are all very solid German
Yeah.
suplex throwers.
You're more wrestler type guys do them the best.
Yeah, mine's probably Angle though.
Angle's a great one.
Man,
Absolutely.
did he throw a fucking
Yeah, for sure.
German dude. Oh man,
Yeah.
I love fucking Kurt Angle. He's so cool.
Yeah. And Gary Albright, honorary Samoan. So
Yeah. And second part,
Oh, two-parter, huh?
it's an 880 weekend, boys. Let's go. Just wondered, was there ever a time when you were like, I think I kind of hate wrestling, but something brought you back in and relit that fire? Because I got to tell you, if I didn't get into 880 a year and a half ago, I really think I might have just dropped this hobby entirely. The right promotion for me with the right vibes at the right time. Anywho, talk to you guys next week, and I can't wait to talk some fucking rabbits. You don't know what that means yet, but you will.
Well, the new Sentai Sleeves Ranger will drop next week, so get ready for that.
It sure will.
So, I mean, these are obvious for me, but like, I was hit pretty hard by the closing of WCW. And while I watched WWE, I didn't feel at home again until Ring of Honor in like 2003. But then again, and I was also going to early Chikara shows, but then again in the sort of mid to later 2000s, Chikara, like I wasn't watching any wrestling other than going to the whenever Chikara was within a reasonable driving distance. So.
Yeah, I don't think I ever truly, like, lost it.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said, like, there's always shit to kind of navigate to. I mean, like, was there a time where I wasn't watching WWE? Yeah, for sure. Like, probably Triple H Reign of Terror era was really pushing the buttons.
I wasn't watching at all.
But then I'd go, well, SmackDown's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I'd watch SmackDown, and so I just wouldn't watch Raw. SmackDown, man, that was the work rate show back then, dude. Yeah, I don't think there was ever like a time though where I was like, yeah, I'm just done with this altogether. I've been done with companies. Like, I'll tell you what, like, I watched some of it this past weekend, but like NXT, I can't watch that.
Yeah, I didn't
the week
bother.
to week, it's just like I just don't have any. That used to be the best fucking show in North America.
Right.
Like, that was the best.
Yeah, for sure.
And now it's just like, I just have no passion for this at all.
It's very funny to me to think about not watching wrestling, because I didn't when I met Michelle, and she always yells at me. She's like, I didn't know you were a wrestling fan because you weren't watching when we got together, and she still holds that against me. But... yeah. Oh, the thing about NXT too. So they're running. Is it Battleground? They're running against the AEW show.
Yeah.
But it's funny because on the branding it doesn't say NXT. It just says WWE.
They've been doing that for a couple months
because they're trying to
now.
trick people.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying to confuse the market a little bit. Sell a little bit more of those tickets so people don't realize that it's not a full WWE thing.
Yeah, like, I mean, there was a while there, like, I mean, I still never really got ever back into it, but like TNA, I stopped watching for a while. It might just because I'm like, oh, this isn't very good anymore.
Yeah.
Or then I remember it started jumping networks all over, and I'm like, I don't have these, and I don't care enough.
Right.
But yeah, even like Ring of Honor hit that point where I stopped watching. Which it took a long time, but I tuned out.
Yeah.
I think it was like once Danielson left, that really fucking sucked for me. But I did love like the Kevin Steen like top heel run there.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like after that though I really checked out.
Yeah. Yeah. What year was Steen's? It's like 06, 07?
No, after that, later than that.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I wasn't watching. I was like.
Yeah, because he's been in WWE
05, 06,
well over
07.
10 years now.
Yeah.
See, like that, 06, 07, that's good shit, man.
Yeah. I was out.
Yeah. Again, I never really like dropped out fully of wrestling because again, if I'm not getting what I want over here, I'm just gonna go somewhere else and I'll find it.
Yeah.
But that's a very good question, Ed. I'd actually be curious to see what other people have to think of that. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into wrestling we watched.
All right.
We'll start with stuff in the States.
Okay.
And by stuff in the States, I mean promotions that are in the States, not promotions from Japan that had shows in the States.
Okay.
So I tried to like write my notes out chronologically as well as I can.
Okay.
So with that said, the first thing I have is the WrestleCon Mark Hitchcock
thank God.
Memorial Super
I'm so
Show.
happy to talk about. I'm so Brett.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
So the clips started going out online before I watched any of this, and I said, "Well, looks like I can't miss this." There's 2 matches from this.
Yep.
The first one, Mickie James versus Maki Ito. If I was wearing a tinfoil hat, I'd say this was bad on purpose.
So, I got theories, but
Good God.
So I watched this today.
Okay.
I took my lunch break and I watched these today. This match, I was not prepared for this. We saw the clip. This was worse than people made it out to be.
Sure was.
Like, watching this thing in its entirety,
Yeah.
it is worse than people said. It is worse than that 20-second clip would lead you to believe how bad this fucking match was. Listen, Mickie James, roll Tide.
Amen.
You want to go on WWE TV and body shame women for having small tights, but then thrusting your crotch on camera and having your booty out? That's fine. You're not the first hypocrite in wrestling. You're not the last one.
Do what you do.
So, everybody saw the clip. They wrestle for a little bit. And by wrestle, I mean like knuckle locks and...
Yeah, just like hammer locks, chain, little chain wrestling stuff.
I think Mickie... all right, I guess I can't say that. That's liable. I don't know that Mickie was in the best state to be professional wrestling. Maybe she was having a little too fun in Vegas beforehand. And she says she hasn't wrestled in a year, and that's fine. But she stops the match, leaves the ring looking for a microphone, and then cuts this promo about how Dave Meltzer never put me over.
Yeah.
And y'all want to see all this good wrestling this weekend? Well, I don't wrestle, I entertain.
Oh, my God.
And, like, all of that was really terrible. And and also, so I'll get through it before I get with my theory here, because I want to see what your opinion is. But then it becomes a sing-off?
Yeah.
That's the part that people didn't prepare me for.
Yeah.
That was not in any of those clips.
Oh, it wasn't in the clips. It was reported, but...
Everybody was like, yeah, she just cut this promo on Meltzer.
Yeah.
But then she's like, let's make this a sing-off.
I'll tell you what I do.
Yeah, what I do.
I entertain.
What I do. So then Maki Ito sings her song, and because Maki Ito is like the pop star, whatever, Japanese pop star.
Absolutely.
And then she's like, I wrote a song for you. I don't know what you said.
Yeah.
But I think she said, give it your best shot or whatever. And she's like, and I wrote a little song. And it is, I think, completely improv on the spot.
Isn't it just her theme song she's doing?
And then she goes into the, I don't know.
Hardcore
But she goes
country.
at least into the chorus of her song, Hardcore Country. But it sounds like she was improv, because like she like misses the rhyme scheme.
Sure did.
And then just sort of like shrugs and just starts doing Hardcore Country. And I was like, what the actual fuck is going on here? It was really, really bad.
Yeah, dude.
Like holy shit, for fuck's sake, like this is really, really bad.
Yeah.
So Brett, I have a question for you. And there is a piece of evidence that I'm not sure proves one way or the other. Was this called in the ring? Or was this planned backstage?
Oh, man. I have a feeling this was planned.
Okay.
I have a feeling this was designed to, we're going to have a viral moment for WrestleMania weekend. Because remember that time when Mickie James and Maki Ito had a sing-off?
She does clearly get blown up before she goes to this.
She looked awful.
Here's my, I'm not tinfoil hatty, but the ring announcer left the microphone on and in the corner of the ring under the turnbuckle.
Yeah, that's why I think
she leaves the ring to find it and doesn't know that it's there. Mm-hmm. But why would you leave that there during a match? Sure. So that they wanted it there for her to be easier to find.
I think she was going to be like, you know what this crowd's going to really want?
Yeah.
Me to shoot on Dave Meltzer.
Promoters can say no, I think.
Yeah, I would have said fuck no to this.
Right. I think I don't know that, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some people, maybe there probably is. But like, I don't know that people at this show, which is usually the viral show that has crazy wrestling on it every year.
Yeah, like crazy matchups, people from all different companies all over the world.
And, you know, I don't know that we're going to discuss the quality of the matches surrounding WrestleMania weekend and how they're not as good as they have been in the past. But, like, I don't know that anybody at this show was like, I bought my ticket to see Mickie James. Yeah. So if you told her, no, that's a bad idea, we're not going to do that, and she was like, well, then I'm not going to go out, I don't think that's hurting many feelings in the audience. And you can also put out a thing and say, Maki Itoh was going to wrestle, you know, Mickie James, but Mickie James pulled out last minute.
Yeah.
This was bad.
Oh, no.
This was
there's no excusing it. It's so fucking awful.
Monumentally stupid, and the crowd reacted so poorly.
That's not true, though. Crowd was chanting, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
You know?
I guess they weren't happy to see it. Like, they weren't cheering the singing. They did chant fuck Dave Meltzer. And listen, we are hashtag better than Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, you don't need to do this shit. This was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the eyes on them, right? One of the more viral clips of the weekend.
For the wrong reasons.
Because WWE can't DMCA strike it.
Like, it's very, like, indie wrestling in a bad way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good idea.
Yeah. It was really bad.
Fucking sucked.
It was really, really bad. And like, you know that like her friends backstage and like Bully Ray when they see her at LFG have to be like, that was great.
Yeah, great job, Mick.
We really love that. You entertained. You really got that Meltzer, huh?
Yeah.
This was bad. This was maybe the worst thing I watched. No, it's not.
No. It certainly isn't.
I know, because we haven't gotten to WrestleMania Night 1 yet.
I don't know if anything was on that card is worse what we're going to talk about next. There was a clip this week on Busted Open of Bully Ray. Talked about, you know who I saw at the bar the other night in Vegas? I saw him, I told him, hey, get over here. It was Meltzer.
Oh, God.
And he goes, I was nice. I was cordial. I like Dave. He's a real nice guy. But I had to remind him who the fuck I am.
Yeah,
I was just like,
bitch-ass
oh,
bitch.
God. Like, ugh. All right.
Where does that guy get off thinking he's some sort of tough, like you were in Aces and Eights. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's...
I'll never... that dude sucks.
Yep. I had to remind him who the fuck I am.
He should send Mickie James a fucking fruit basket, because that thing was was worse than Bully Ray versus fucking Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
My worst match of 2024.
Well, up next, featuring special guest referee Dan the Beast Severn.
Hell of a job the Beast does.
Butterbean versus Minoru Suzuki.
You know what I like about this match, Brett?
Nothing.
I like that they very clearly and obviously clued everybody involved in the setup and the rules of the match before the match.
Brother.
They all thought they were in 3 different types of matches.
I love that it ends in a double count out.
And
which is hilarious.
And that Dan Severn has to go back into the ring afterwards to confirm. Like, it makes it seem like he was going to be like, no, we're going to continue the match. And then he's like, no, double count out. That's my ruling.
Dude.
Like, okay.
This is like very Heroes of Wrestling-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is like actual freak show shit. This is... People are like, listen, this is all-time bad.
It's not the most Heroes of Wrestling shit from this weekend, but it is
like
pretty close.
It was worse than I thought it was going to be.
It's bad, yeah.
Like,
I was more prepared for this one than I was for the Mickie James one, because I didn't know about the sing-songy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just Minoru Suzuki thinking he's in a regular wrestling match. Dan Severn not really being sure.
No.
But it's supposed to be 4 rounds, because Butterbean is the king of the 4-rounder.
4-round, 2-minute round.
Yeah, with a minute break in between. Butterbean doesn't know where he is.
No, dude.
And then he is walked to the ring by a cavalcade
Don Fry
of stars.
Dude, this was like who booked this shit
Yeah.
esque, like to the point where it was like I kind of feel bad, but at the same time, like
There was a point.
you fucking freaks.
I mean, there's a point in this match where Suzuki and Butterbean are just outside the ring, sort of looking at each other,
Dude.
and commentary goes, "This is out of control."
Yeah, they're just like grunting at each other.
Throwing the softest punches.
Dude, those Butterbean walking punches to the body.
Amazing.
Oh my
I've seen Rock'em Sock'em Robots hit harder. And my favorite thing, Brett, like we all wanted, like everybody in the world wanted on professional wrestling television for WrestleMania weekend, we all wanted to see Butterbean grab an ankle pick.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Like, you know what I want to see? I want to see a Butterbean attempt a knee bar.
Oh my god. Like, I'm surprised he didn't fall asleep.
Against the King of Pancrase.
Like honestly, I was like, he's not getting back up.
No.
And he didn't. He rolled out of the ring.
I think the double counter was just like, all right, he's out of the ring. We're not getting him back in.
What are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely insane, dude.
Like, okay, if this was on like
All the worst possible
if this was on Janela's spring break, I'd excuse it more, I think.
Yeah.
This is like
That's more of a freak show. This is normally like
this
cool
is
wrestling.
this is like a memorial show
Yeah.
for someone.
Right.
Like, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like this is kind of not
Right,
good.
you almost made it a memorial show for Butterbean. Yeah.
Yeah. Like dude,
yeah.
he could barely walk.
Well, he wasn't able to until till a couple
Yeah,
months ago when
and it's-
DDT got him. So
Like that's one of those where I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, like,
Yeah.
come on. Like,
that's rough.
It reminds me of like Scott Hall being fucked up and still
Mm-hmm.
sitting out there, and like Jeff Hardy being high out of his fucking
Yeah.
mind that time against Sting.
Yeah. Well,
Where-
and
where
I don't
it's
think
like, guys-
Butterbean was inebriated in any way.
No, I'm not saying
He's
that,
just
but
broken- he's that broken
yeah,
down.
it's like that
Yeah.
same type of like,
Yeah.
guys, why are you? What
Also,
are you
not
doing?
a wrestler. Like,
No.
Also, like, not an MMA fighter. He was just a puncher.
Dude. It's so funny. Like
He was the Harlem Globetrotters of boxing.
they kept bringing up Brawl for All, and
Yeah.
I was like, stop it, just fucking
Right.
stop.
Right.
What are we doing here to this
Yeah.
guy? Like, like I'm happy he's like moving.
Do you think they got Butterbean first and thought they were going to get Bart Gunn, and that's
No.
why? And then they were like, "All right, I guess we'll do somebody else."
No, I think Bart Gunn just wants nothing to do with
Yeah,
that. You
And
know,
then Bart Gunn would come in and shoot on Butterbean to get his
Dude,
win back.
Fucking right hand, brother. Bart Gunn would beat the fuck out of him. At
That's
this point.
yeah, 100%.
Would you imagine if Butterbean turned the clock back, just caught him with one, and just dropped him again?
Butterbean, that not as good as he once was, but he's good once as he ever was.
Dude, oh,
I guarantee you, Butterbean got one more punch in him.
no, he doesn't.
One more.
Absolutely not.
If life was threatened, I bet you could knock somebody out.
I don't think I would put money on that.
right.
Actually,
Okay. Would you take the punch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
All right.
I at this point in my life, I'd take a punch from Butterbean. Dude, that was fucking body. Like,
Well, I know, but he was working, brother.
you think he's got more in him than
He
that?
was working.
He could barely
He wasn't
walk.
shooting. He was working.
He couldn't get back up once he went to the mat.
He's like a turtle. It doesn't
He had
matter.
to roll out of the ring.
It's fine.
Fucking hell.
I think he's got one hip swivel left in him to take that punt to knock somebody out with a punch.
Dude, if he does, he's going to dislocate it.
That's fine. I said one. He doesn't have to get back up.
Oh, I was like just so depressed watching this. But again, it's freak show shit, and I saw how bad, and I'm like, well, I have to see this.
Yeah, really terrible.
Next thing we'll talk about,
oh boy.
we watched this together Friday night. Most of the card anyway.
Too much of the fucking card.
I have 3 matches we'll talk
Okay.
about.
I don't have any notes. So
From Joey Janela's spring break, the GCW career versus mask match, Atticus Kogar versus Fuego del Sol. The only reason I'm talking about this
if you
match,
didn't just say those names, I wouldn't have been able to tell people that we watched this match. But I remember it now.
the only reason why I want to mention this match is because when Sam Stackhouse came out, and your reaction was, you were like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Listen, you know the positive, appropriate way to say that is that wrestling's better with all different body types involved.
Sure, it is.
The way that I want to say it is, I like fucking fat guys when they wrestle.
and especially when he popped the top.
And please don't clip I like fucking fat guys out of anything.
Twiggy,
For anything, please.
it, please.
That's
Send
where-
it to
that's-
my email.
That's where my cursed potty mouth gets me in trouble.
Send it to my email, please.
that moonsault picture is maybe the best picture of the
Dude.
weekend.
When you fucking show me that, I lost my mind.
Just titties in the wind, brother.
Dude, those things were thanging.
It's all over the place.
Out there, brother.
I had never seen titties look surprised before.
They were just insane.
They were.
That's all to say about the match. It's just not good.
I love that dude, man. He was so good.
You were fired up about him.
I love fat wrestlers.
Like Atticus Kogar, officially not for me.
Ugh.
Fuego del Sol, put the mask back on, please.
He's a handsome looking cat.
He's a luchador from Alabama.
Well,
okay,
that's true. He's done though, so it don't really matter.
Sure. You ever done in wrestling? Should be.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 other matches I'll mention.
I wonder if he'll get an NXT deal with a different name out of the mask, and that's what maybe Cody put in the word, but they were like, let's pop the mask though.
Maybe, I don't know. Gabe Kidd versus Mance Warner.
Oh yeah, that happened.
When Mance did the dealy.
Yeah, and then just holds his breath and squeezes real hard so the blood squeezes 3 feet out from his face.
I was not expecting it. I freaked out when that happened. I was like, oh my God, dude, he's just squirting blood out of his forehead. Reminded me of fucking Sexy Eddie in CZW with his arm.
I got in trouble 25 years ago because Halo in VCW, the VCW that didn't make any money, bled like that during a match. And I had never seen anybody in a match bleed like that. Like, always, the Crimson Mask, it goes down,
the squirting
95
of it,
death
man.
match, all that stuff, right?
The mass transit.
But like, the outward squirt, I had never seen, it was like
it's
I would say
gnarly.
laminal flow, but I don't want to explain it, but like, the stream of it, where it's not disconnected, it's not droplets, it is an actual, stream.
Yeah.
So Halo did that in the VCW match, and I, in live front row, was like, that's fake. Because I had never seen him before, and I was like, "That's too much. Nobody's gonna bleed that much like that and be okay."
That's great.
And word got around to me that it really pissed him off.
I'm sure.
And I wasn't trying to take the piss out of him. I was a teenager, but legit. It was like that nobody bleeds like that for real, and isn't immediately rushed somewhere in the hospital. So that'll always pop back because I remember going, "That's fake."
Was that before or after? Do I want to name names? Before in a backyard where somebody got a razor blade kicked into their head.
That was well before.
Okay, all right. Because I was going to say
I was there for that one. That was an immediate hospital trip.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But match was okay. At this,
it's fine.
It was fine.
So I know the Sumi Name Network, at odds, and a lot of other people like to take the piss out of us for our Gabe Kidd fandom.
Which is LOL.
And I like Gabe Kidd a ton. I think he could be a little more selective with what he chooses to do and who he chooses to wrestle, though.
Yeah, probably.
This is, again, a bit of a freak show match. I'm not shitting on Manser. He's fine. But,
it's a freak show.
Right. He's not going to increase his reputation of a guy who could be next up in New Japan wrestling these guys
wrestling bloody matches against Mance Warner.
Because he likes Janela. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I thought, I still enjoyed the match, but
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But
main event, pal.
Yeah, this is the most Legends of Wrestling or Heroes of Wrestling night match I've ever seen.
No rope barbed wire extravaganza.
Yeah.
Joey Janela against Sabu.
I have that Legends, the original broadcast VHS recording of that Heroes of Wrestling downstairs. Because we watched it live. We bought it when it happened.
Sabu.
Sabu. Boo.
This is just an absolute shit show.
Yep.
Dude, Sabu comes out wearing his suit with his headdress, and immediately we're both like, oh, he's high as fuck.
He absolutely did not want to do this.
No.
He's talking to the fans. He gets in the ring. He's clearly telling them he's not going to do it.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the fuck is going on.
The rumors that came out that he held them up for money and substances, allegedly.
I hope
Who knows?
I know like there were people saying he was asking for substances outside of the hotel during the show.
Right.
Yikes.
And so he clearly doesn't want to do this match.
No, and then he's like pointing at his knee. He's like, oh, my knee's bad. I can't do this. My knee hurts.
Everything on you is bad, Sabu.
Yeah, and he's like going to like just hug Janelle. He's like, nope, we're not doing this.
Right. Very weird.
Yeah.
And it's no rope barbed wire. There's a barbed wire net contraption on the one side.
Yeah, and then there's like a barbed wire board on the other side.
Yeah, and
this match comes down to 2 bumps.
Right. And it's a free show. Joey Janela thinks he's cool.
Yeah, he does.
And so, like, I saw a lot of people sort of safety policing Sabu on this, and particularly for the bump outside the ring where he takes the Irish whip and goes through the barbed wire to the floor.
Yeah.
It's gross. He gets that giant welt. Like, Sabu was not okay.
I thought he cracked his fucking skull.
Me too. But it's Sabu, he can do what he wants. My biggest problem with this match regarding that, and again, Sabu's a maniac. Should he be taking those bumps? No, but who gives a shit? He wants to, let him do it, I guess. If you're GCW and you're not getting any money from the Fed.
Yeah, totally
but
not.
You're GCW. You're doing no rope barbed wire match with Sabu. You're promoting it as Sabu saying it's gonna be better than Born to Be Wired, which we know it's not gonna be. But you're also not gonna go out there and say this match is gonna suck, right? How do you rig that barbed wire up so that it falls completely off the ring on the lightest touch?
Yeah.
That's my bigger problem. If you're gonna do this shit, do it right. There was no way that Sabu was going to get hung up in that barbed wire because as soon as he touched it, it gave way.
It did, yeah.
And like when ECW, Born to Be Wired, when they did that,
oh sure, you got caught.
They were tangled in it. That's how much it was put up.
Yeah,
and it's not the first time barbed wire comes down, or you could push it down and whatever. But like when he goes through it just takes an Irish whip through the board to the floor, like.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
It should have been enough there to hold him up, or at least hold him up a little bit, so that he didn't full speed rocket into the fucking seats on the back of his goddamn head.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, Sabu wants to take stupid bumps, go ahead. Like, the guy has destroyed hotel rooms with his own feces. Like,
yep.
But like, he's not a guy who's out for his best health interests. But like, even if that bump was fine, you're then making them wrestle a match that has one side barbed wire now. Yeah. It's just city shut up is what it is.
A shitty shut up.
Yeah, talking like Janela. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, those promos leading up to the match, he seemed very under the fucking influence as well. Yes. Allegedly. This was fucking...
Right. And then Hacky comes out looking like $1 million bucks.
Oh, yeah, he looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and I know we've talked about it, friends of ours talked about it, like, please let ECW fucking die.
Yeah.
Let it go. Right. But, like, this was just, the one, like, he takes the first bump into the barbed wire contraption thing, and that was gross. Mm-hmm. But that second one onto the floor. It's
disgusting. And then, like, Sandman was going to come out anyway, but they fast-tracked that to stall. And then Fonzie comes out, and Fonzie's got a bump around.
Yeah. Fonzie's probably in the best shape of everybody.
Yeah, God bless Fonzie. He's definitely the best mental shape of any of them.
Yeah, on Sunday I showed the clip, or Saturday I showed the clip to my brother-in-law, because he's like, oh, I heard Sabu wrestled last night.
Right.
He's like, I loved Sabu. Wait, was it
everybody
did?
That's Sabu. What Sabu did. He did crazy shit.
And I showed him, and he went, oh my God. He goes, is he okay?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know about okay, but yeah.
He wasn't okay going in. He ain't okay going out.
No. One day I will, I'd love to hear the story about the day, because I know Janela says, this might be the most stressful fucking day I've ever had as a wrestler. So I'd love to hear what went on with Sabu there. So, so I didn't watch all of the next thing we'll talk about.
Okay.
I only watched a little bit of it because it's long as fuck.
Okay.
The Janela clusterfuck.
I didn't watch any of it. I saw the clip of
Brody Jr.
I saw that
clip. And he pins Janela at the end. Yeah. That was cool as fuck. Amanda
and then he got on a bus and went to WrestleMania with Cody.
He did. But Amanda Huber said, they literally just bullshitted that day. Like, oh, what if Brody Jr. wins?
Oh,
it?
yeah.
And Janela goes, why the fuck not? Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And he ends up pinning Janela, and that
In his
was
Terry Funk tights. Get the fuck out of here, Janela.
that was cool. That was very cool. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Good for him.
Because like Chris Bay comes out and you're thinking, what the fuck, Chris Bay?
Yeah.
And then he brings out Brody Jr. and Brody gets the win. And that was like a very cool moment,
Yeah.
I thought. Good shit. I like when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
So, you did not watch NXT Stand and Deliver, I assume. I'll speed run what I did watch.
All right.
I watched the tag team title match of Fraxium, which I do like them a lot.
Yeah.
Against Hank and Tank.
Okay.
Fraxium fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Hank and Tank, I don't like their gear at all.
Okay.
Like one wears a button-up baseball jersey, one wears a football jersey. They both wear like cut-off jean shorts and wrestling boots. Yeah, I just think they look silly.
Okay.
And the one like at the end, he just like takes his shirt off so his belly's hanging out, and and like they're finished. They like run and like squish you with their bellies.
How much belly we talking
Not
here?
that much belly.
All right.
Yeah, not a lot of belly, but they win.
Yeah.
And Fraxium fucking rocks though. I like them a lot. I don't know if they stay in NXT, move to the main roster. I don't know, but I do like them a lot. I think that,
Yeah.
like even in the match, dude, their chemistry
Does
is so fucking
WWE
good.
Speed have tag titles yet?
Well, that'll be it. I did watch also for the women's title, Steffa Kerr versus Julia versus Jordan Grace
Oh.
versus idiot Jada Parker.
Okay.
During the match was like a very my God, I'm about to mute my television because Booker T's commentary is really cutting through me.
Okay.
Especially when Steffa Kerr does the fucking knee booty
Yeah.
bounce thing, and like every time she hits the mat, you're just like, oh, 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 like it's just, oh my God, it's fucking awful. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man.
He's got to do exercises to loosen that up so he doesn't make those noises as much.
Match honestly was okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it was great.
Yeah.
Steffa Kerr wins.
Was it for both her titles?
She only has one title.
She gave one up?
She vacated the North American title.
Did we talk about that on here?
I don't remember if we did.
I know we talked about how shitty it is when you're just like, okay.
Yeah,
I'll give
but
this one up.
she
Okay.
vacated it, and
Okay.
I think
Is that what Sol Rucka just won?
That's it. Yeah, there was a ladder match.
The
on
ladder
the show,
match.
and
I like Sol Rucka.
Yeah, she won. She won that
Yeah.
title. So, and then I did watch the main event, 3-way for the men's title.
Yeah.
The men's title, the NXT Championship.
No, that's fine. If they put the qualifier of women's title, you can put men's title on the front of it.
True. This is Obafemi versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, man, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was really good. I watched this and was like, why are these guys in NXT?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Why are they not on the main roster? I know what you could say, but it really
Say
is.
you want me to call Marcus on the phone?
It really is like Obafemi's been ready.
Obafemi's great. Yeah.
Javon Evans, he's still young. He's only 20.
I heard he's better than Swerve.
That's a lie. He's good. He's very
Yeah.
good. But and Trick Williams, like, I don't think he's the most talented in ring dude. He's very over.
Right, but he's got the charm.
Yeah,
if you will.
The Riz, brother.
Yeah.
This is one of those where, like, I don't know. I just was like, how are these not on main TV?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm telling you, the match is structured very good. Obafemi's just tossing Javon Evans around. Javon Evans, like, doing just crazy shit during the match.
Yeah.
It was very good. Obafemi retains.
That's cool.
But, like, let's get him the fuck up on TV, brother. Like, come on. What are we doing still? But yes, fucking NXT, again, like, I think, I don't know, dude. It's just tough.
Did you see somebody asked Meltzer, who we're better than, by the way, that they were like, which company's better at building young talent?
I did see
and he was like, WWE by far.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I know. I saw people just post a bunch of examples.
I understand that they have a whole fucking brand to do it on.
Yeah.
But they ain't got anybody like Kyle Fletcher.
Sure don't.
So.
Kanosuke Takeshita.
Right. You know, so.
Yeah. Yep.
More quantity wise, they're more capable to.
Yeah.
But are they? No, I don't think so.
No.
Which is why we're better than Meltzer.
It's a fact. So, WrestleMania Saturday.
Yes. Also known as SmackDown Saturday.
Yeah, because
WrestleMania SmackDown Saturday.
Yeah, because if SmackDown Friday wasn't boring enough, you got SmackDown Saturday.
Yep.
I literally don't have notes on like anything in particular except the last match.
Yeah.
I just have here lots of matches that could have been on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, listen, that's the thing. This felt like regular TV to me until the main event. Yeah. We were in the group chat, and like, you know, everybody's talking about WrestleMania. We're not giving brand new opinions on any of this shit, but like, it was not a good first night.
No, not at all.
Like
dude.
It was a bad first night.
Yeah, it was actually bad.
I think it was a bad first night until that main event, and I think it was bad enough that it hurt the main event because instead of being able to ride the fans and the momentum of a show to the end and cap it off, they had to build the momentum themselves in the main event and then cap it off.
See, I think differently.
You know?
I think because the rest of the show was so bad, I think it makes the main event look even better.
You think so?
Dude, everything on that
Yeah.
show was like decent to bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the second best match? Jacob Fatu LA Knight?
Yeah.
That was okay.
It was okay. Yeah.
Everything else is like a fucking train
I don't
wreck.
have a match over 3 stars until the main event.
Dude, that fucking Jey Uso match.
That Jey Uso match was, I give him 1.5 stars.
Terrible.
Like, it was really, like, we were concerned about Jay's health or at least him forgetting the match.
Yeah, because he looked lost.
The finish made Gunther look like an asshole.
I said, dude, he looks like a glorified meme wrestler.
Yeah.
What, like, honestly, what are meme wrestlers?
What are meme wrestlers? Who are meme wrestlers?
Like, definition of a meme wrestler to you?
Oh, I don't know. Like,
silly catchphrase.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Entrance.
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me about Gunther. No, Jey Uso. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, one trick pony. Enzo Amore.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
silly little catchphrases.
Yeah. The
you
fucking
got your entrance.
the pizza guy.
Exactly.
Fucking. Yeah. There's a bunch of those.
Dan the Dad.
Right. Man Scout. Whatever
Yeah.
the fuck his name is.
Like, that's my, like,
Colt Cabana.
like, that's where it hits. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, the bell ringing is fucking terrible.
He looked worse than even Norm.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, it's very funny that he was stumbling and bumbling in the ring leading up to Mania, and they kind of made that his gimmick, but then they dropped it.
Yeah.
And then he comes into Mania and he looks like dog shit.
Dude, and like the night before at the Hall of Fame, like he's just fucking drunk as fuck on the red carpet.
Well, and in the presser after,
drunk as
he's loaded.
fuck. Yeah.
Saying yeet in between every word.
Yeah.
Like, just like twitching and like, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Made me more concerned for him than anything, really.
Yeah.
Not good. No, thank you.
Yeah, that was real bad.
The New Day War Raiders thing, the biggest thing is it's something we see on this throughout the night, but like, so, and it is very funny to me. I saw somebody post, because the AEW logo is back on the AEW mat, and I saw somebody post the AEW mat and the WWE mat side by side, and they were like, the above AEW, the like wrestling ring, and then they were like, you know, advertisement, whatever.
Sure.
And then somebody retweeted it and it was like, failing company, advertising revenue.
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay, and whatever. Do I love the things in the ring? No, but I'm used to it. It doesn't doesn't affect me right now.
I mean, fucking
right?
WCW used to do it at Hall of Havoc with the Slim Jim ring posts.
Right. But the dressing your wrestlers up like video game sponsors
That's bad.
is fucking insane to me, particularly where it looks like all of the gear, the entrance gear for these characters were 3D printed in someone's basement.
Yeah, the War Raiders
looked
whatever,
silly.
they looked fucking terrible.
They looked silly.
Night 2 Drew McIntyre looks fucking stupid.
Like it's just silly shit, and it's like, no, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, this is supposed to be a big moment for these guys. Like, think about the cool, like, Ray's WrestleMania entrance with the big headgear.
Always, man. Yeah, he always had great entrance.
Even as stupid as they are, like Hunter's Terminator shit.
Sure.
But like Cody gets the skull
it's
mask.
big show
like, it's a big
stuff,
shit.
yeah.
And instead they're like, oh no. You're gonna dress like this video game guy and it's going to look like garbage.
It looked so bad, dude.
Like,
so bad.
Really, really stupid. On a team that you're supposed to be like tough guy, like just
the match was not great.
It was
New
a
Day's
TV. It was
still
a
fun.
TV ass match.
Like that's not even like a Raw main event match.
Nope.
That's like a top of like 9 o'clock hour match
Yeah.
or something. Like
Yeah.
Especially too because on SmackDown they set up like there's gonna be a TLC 3-way match next week for the tag titles.
Okay.
I'm like, why don't you have that on WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And you have this
Well,
real
and
boring
you
ass
can't
match.
like if you're gonna have this on here. Why then you're gonna tell me the Street Profits can't be on Mania? You're full of shit.
Cameron called that out this week in their interview with him and said, "Why aren't you on WrestleMania?" He goes, "I don't fuck with WrestleMania SmackDown."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I don't. He's like, I don't fuck with that. You're riding the bench."
Yep.
I was like, "Well, I mean, he's not wrong,
Sure.
you know."
Particularly after seeing these performances, you can't tell me that the Street Profits would have done better.
I agree with that.
So
Yeah. Again, I don't even have the rundown.
so-
If you have the rundown, you can.
Yeah, really quick, just because I want to make these little points, but like Naomi versus Jade is next, and this becomes the best match on this card so far,
And it's still not even.
and it's not good. It is a nothing match, but at least it's not offensive.
Boy, dude, who even won? Was it Jade?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, with the power bomb, the cool power bombs.
Boy, that fucking Naomi heel turn character, that dead instantly, huh?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they don't forget. They don't forget. You want to leave
sure
and
don't.
cause a stink? You want to hit a sledge? You want to hit a throne with a sledgehammer? They ain't forgetting. They may make you think they're forgetting for a little while, but they ain't forgetting.
Oh,
Seriously, because of the cool power bomb that Jade does in this match, makes it the best match on the card up to this point.
yeah.
Then we get LA Knight Jacob Fatu, which is again now becomes the best match on this card.
And it was a decent match. I thought.
It's a decent match. If this was on night 2, you're like, all right, that's maybe the worst match on this card, but it was fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Phoenix Grande Americano.
That too, okay, I get it. Ray got hurt the night before on SmackDown. Phoenix comes in. It's very heatless,
Right.
You know.
Yeah. You don't have to change much about it, but nobody's going to care as much because Ray's not there.
Yeah.
I like the steel plate in the mask gimmick,
That's fine.
but it doesn't lead to the finish, so I'm like, okay, we're done now.
I'm also very much like, man, Chad Gable just can't be Chad Gable.
No, not at all. Then Sean comes out to announce the complete and total sellout at 61,000 until the next day where they get a complete and total sellout with 2,000 more people.
Yep.
Tiffany Charlotte was a long ass TV
Dude,
match.
what a clunker. That was a clunker to
Yeah,
me.
not if you ask Ric Flair.
I thought that match
It stunk.
fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Uh-huh.
I think too big of a stage for Tiffany Stratton. I don't think she's fucking ready for that. I think Charlotte has regressed tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely.
She just looked fucking lost and like she's walking with 2 left feet. Like her selling fucking sucked.
Did you see her interview after, like, it was like from a couple days ago or whatever it was after, and she was like, I need Tiffy to start be the first Tiffy, not the new Charlotte.
Cool.
And I'm like, yep.
Like, I've never been like a Charlotte Flair
Me
fan.
either.
I'm not necessarily a Charlotte Flair hater either.
No, but
just kind of exists to me.
She's been on the bottom of my thing.
Yes, I just no care.
Yeah.
I seriously was like, wow, this is really bad.
Yep.
From both of you. I
Yeah,
think
for
both
sure.
of you sucked.
For sure.
Yep.
Didn't like it. But then you get the main event. Punk Seth Roman.
Dude, fucking
Which was good.
Main event rocked.
Yeah.
I thought Seth got a good entrance. Roman just, man, they got to change his music back.
This is the first match on this card that felt like WrestleMania.
Punk gets the cool entrance video, like showing like 26-year-old CM Punk. They have the Kill Switch Engage music going, and then obviously Living Color plays them out.
Yep.
That's a Mania entrance, you know.
Living Color had the chance to do a real funny thing, and they didn't do it, but that's all right.
Though I thought, the match, like,
Well, that's good. Yeah, it
people
was
were
really
actually fucking into it.
Yeah.
You know, I thought all 3 guys worked great.
Yeah.
They really did. The turn stuff with Heyman was very telegraphed.
I could do with all that without all the, hey guys, remember the Shield?
Yeah, it's like,
For whatever reason, whenever
you know what it reminded me of, DJ?
Batman's parents dying.
Thank you.
Hey,
Did you know that?
That's what I was just gonna say. Whenever Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns get in a ring together, it's like reading a comic book where pearls drop and you're like, Batman's mom's dead.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like, oh,
exactly what it is.
I didn't know that. That's how Batman's parents died? No shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to put it in the second panel of your comic book, Jeff Loeb.
Yeah, maybe you
Well,
don't
he
need
didn't do the pearls, but...
Yeah, maybe you don't need to use the shield chair all the time.
And then,
For fuck's sake.
When Paul is behind Roman to his left, or to his right, our left, as we're looking at it, and then Roman pushes him around the other side, I'm like, well, there's the turn. And Paul struggling to go down to his knee.
Yeah.
Like, that Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
When he hits him with the low blow, just kind of like twists his
arm's
arm.
stuck,
He's like,
yeah.
I want to feel your balls, I'm on.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, listen, like...
Yeah, gave him an Indian burn with Roman's nuts.
Rollins ain't my guy.
Nope.
Rollins ain't your guy.
And they're name dropping Mox and they're doing the monologuing in the ring.
I hate that.
And it's just, you know.
Mox isn't here.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
The Shield. It happened.
Right.
It's been fucking gone longer than it existed. Like,
exactly.
yeah, though, it just was, I did like the match. It's a very good match.
Very good match.
Yeah, I really, and is it kind of amped up because the rest of the card sucked?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, to my mind, it is.
It's funny, like, because, again, I thought it was really good. I wish there was a motion for this card before this match. You know, like, I think that it would have been easier on those guys to not have to be the guys to save an entire show.
Sure.
But they did a really good job.
They did, man. I mean,
you know,
listen, they're 3 fucking veterans,
yeah.
you know?
I think probably, well, maybe, I mean, that's definitely the best. I think I'd probably put it like second, maybe third best match of the weekend.
I think,
so maybe third.
Overall or just Mania?
Over both nights of Mania.
Okay, to me, it's number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Yeah. There's one that I might put above it, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, to me, it's definitely number 2. So, all right, so that's after the first night of Mania.
Yes.
I'm watching it with my nephews.
Yes.
Luca, 9 years old. Dom, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Their first WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'll promise not to curse, even though I know they do.
They sure
we should get them on the
man.
show. We should bring them. You should bring them down, and we'll talk.
They would have loved that.
They'd be like, hey, talk to us about WrestleMania, boys.
They would love that. So we're watching WrestleMania. You know, they're going. This is before the main event.
Yeah,
and they're going. Yeah, this isn't very good.
Yeah,
and I'm going. I go. I'm losing them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Triple H, you son of a bitch, you're fucking losing the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Please main event deliver. Like, and it did. And they were very fired up during the main event. Like, they were loving it. Even so, the next day at Easter dinner, Luca went to hand me a plate, then he dropped down to his knees and pretended to low blow me. And then, yeah, he's like after the match, they're just giggling and they're just like, Paul Heyman's going to punch himself in the balls next, isn't he? I was just like, it'd be hilarious. But they were not high on night 1.
How could you be?
And it was making me real nervous.
Yeah. And to me, man, like we can say whatever we want. We've been watching wrestling a long time. We get into the weeds. We talk about this. We have our favorites and our not. We have strong opinions about all this shit. When you're the WWE and you lose a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, when they're like, then it's their first WrestleMania, and they're like, that sucked.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, so much so that like before night 2 started, I'm like really trying to hype it up and sell it. I was like, guys, you know, like when I was your age, WrestleMania Sunday, like it used to be like I was like I would wake up and it'd be like fucking Christmas morning for me. Like I'm so happy WrestleMania's coming and like this is the best. You know, I waited all day for this and you know just really try to hype it up and you know and then I could tell they were getting a little excited when I was doing that. So then WrestleMania night 2. I have some matches written down here that I think we'll talk about. If you have the whole card, we could do that as well.
Yeah, I got it all here.
So, what you know, go ahead. If you got it all, then you can.
Night 2?
Yeah.
Well, we start with the first match. We don't know what the first match is.
Brother.
Io Sky, is that her name now?
Yeah.
Versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Dude.
In what is easily, for me, The match of the weekend.
Easily.
Even I think across the indie shows, the match of the weekend.
Nothing comes close to this.
This is made it to my match of the year list.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people saying one of the best women's matches in WWE history.
Yep, I agree.
One of the best WrestleMania openers. One of the best three-ways they've ever done.
Yep.
This match fucking ruled.
It's unbelievable how fucking good all three of them were.
It immediately sets the stage, and it's like, oh no, okay, this is going to be a different night. This is going to be okay. They got something here.
Yeah.
Where was this fire yesterday? Where was this energy yesterday?
Yeah.
I still don't understand. Like everybody, I mean, I understand it because it was because I know the reasoning about everyone booing Bianca, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
So
program wise,
from storyline wise, it was more like she inserted herself in this.
Okay.
And I think people were like, we just want to see Io versus Rhea.
Okay.
And it was a lot of like, even the buildup was like, Bianca was like, nah, fuck you, Io.
Yeah.
And Rhea was like, nah, fuck you, Io. You know, and it was just like, I'm fucking Io Sky, brother.
She sure is.
You know?
Because she wins and she becomes the first Japanese person to win at a WrestleMania in, 27 years?
Plus since Taka?
Since Taka, yeah.
This was fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is better than the entirety of night one.
Yeah.
Better than any matches that we watched on the indie shows that were, or even international shows that were happening around.
I think that they knew they did something special too.
They did.
Because the clips came out of like Rhea going to the back and hugging Bianca and both of them like crying. And it's like, you guys know what the fuck you just did out there.
They crushed it.
It was incredible.
It was three killers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big fan of all three of these ladies. Three killers going out there and killing it.
Yeah.
And they
it
was myrtleized
it was one of the best women's matches you'll see.
Yeah.
Like you said, definitely going to be like match of the year contender.
Piss people off really quick. This was like an AEW pay-per-view level match.
It's true, though.
It's true.
It's fucking true.
It's the caliber of the matches that AEW puts on, which is what you should be doing on your pay-per-views.
And I think I'm more so shocked that Io retained.
Me too. I didn't see that coming.
I may have picked her card in the Slam app. But yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love Io so much, and I'm so happy to see she is one of those wrestlers that naturally has gotten over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, when she did her little, handspring taunt thing, that crowd was going nuts for her.
Right.
Then when she hits the moonsault at the end, it wins, the crowd goes fucking crazy. And like you said, okay, we're off to a different... Energy's already different.
Completely different night.
Yeah.
For everybody.
What do you got next?
Next up is a match that I think I liked more than most people, which is going to be a shocker, in Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
I liked it a lot.
It's, to me, as good as a 2025 WWE Plunder match could be.
I agree.
It does not break a star scale in any way. It's 3.5 if we're assigning things, which we're not really, even though we're better than Meltzer.
Fact.
But in a Plunder match where you can't bleed, like all the shit that WWE does with these kind of matches now, this was as best as it could be. The Claymore in the chair in the corner was awesome.
Finish, yeah.
I'm not a Drew, or I am a Drew McIntyre guy. I'm not a Damian Priest guy. Everybody fucking knows that.
Come on, dude. Kerry King played him out to the ring.
Kerry King sounded like dog shit.
I think it was more of a technical thing.
Yeah,
I think it was not good.
But yeah, man. Like I enjoyed this for what it was. And that's just that's where we're at, right? Like, that's the best thing I can say about it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So,
what else you got?
Next up is Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor versus Braun. Change his name to Steiner Breaker.
Please change his name to Steiner.
It's got to happen now based on what happened on Monday night and stuff. This, I think, I like as my number 2 match of the weekend.
Dude, this was probably my number 3.
Yeah.
And I have a little more stock in it.
Yeah.
My nephew Dom is a massive, massive Dominic Mysterio fan.
Yeah.
To the point where before WrestleMania happened, he went and threw on his Dominic Mysterio shirt.
Right.
He opened up his little Money in the Bank briefcase that he has that holds all of his Dom Mysterio trading cards.
Nice.
He laid them all out on the floor.
You gotta get that juju going.
Dude, it's exactly what it was. I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing, kid.
Yeah, he did it. He's the reason why he won.
It's funny because Luca did the same thing for John Cena. Look what happened.
There you go.
So the match is happening and like there's falsies and shit.
Yeah.
And Dom's sitting like when I say next to me, he's almost sitting on me and like he put my arm around him and he's just like so tense. I could feel how tense he was, you know? Brother, when Dom hits the fucking frog splash and counts to 3, my nephew's whole body just started shaking.
So funny.
He did not know what to do
Yeah.
because like Dom's this guy. He hasn't really seen Dom win like a big one, though, you know?
Yeah.
And for his guy, and like seeing the crowd, how they reacted to, it made him feel like on top of the world. Like he's freaking out. He gets up, he's going, yes, he won. He finally won, you know? My brother-in-law was doing a card show downstairs. Yeah. He ran downstairs in the middle of the show going, awesome. Dad, Dom won. He finally won. Yeah. He runs back upstairs. He jumps on my sister. He's like, Mom, it happened. Dominic Mysterio won.
That's awesome.
My sister's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, who? Yeah. Who won what?
Dude, and it's so funny because one of his play belts he has is the Intercontinental title.
Oh, yeah.
He went, he grabbed it. He's got it held up in the air. He grabs his Dom Mysterio shirt. He's like holding up. He had me take a picture of him with Dom on the TV. He's like, I need it, Uncle B. Yeah. Like, so that to me was like, yo, this is fucking awesome.
Do they?
And that crowd went ballistic for Dom.
Have I asked you this before? Are they smart to the biz, kid?
No,
they're not. Okay,
no, they're not. They're not smart to the biz, kid. No matter how much WWE wants to make everybody smart to everything with this fucking Netflix documentary, fucking Rock can't shut his fucking mouth. It's just
that's awesome. Good.
No, this is very much like hey, everybody in this house, we're gonna have an understanding that we're gonna protect this.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Like the 12-year-old, okay, you're on the up and up. I understand that. But hey, your younger brothers, don't fucking ruin it for them because otherwise we're gonna have a problem, you know?
That's right.
I think that's kind of what my sister was like. Yeah, no, we don't touch this. We let them enjoy.
You gotta
this.
teach them to speak Carney.
I will, brother. But dude, again, I wish I had video of him losing his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But it was more so like, oh man, I got to live in the moment, and it was awesome. You know,
and I thought this was a really good match. Of course, there's a bunch of killers in it.
Yeah.
Dom pins Finn, which is a nice little storyline thing there. But like, back to Braun changes his name to Steiner Breaker. Like, the dude's crazy. Does the spear across the tables.
Fucking awesome.
But when he does a Rana, they call it a Frankensteiner.
Yep.
When he, like
Steiner line,
the Steiner line. I'm sure he's done a Steiner recliner in his day.
Yep.
Like everything he does, like he dresses like his uncle and his dad. Like everything he does, they're like, it's the Steiner this, it's the Steiner that. Oh, this is just like his dad, or this is just like his uncle.
Yeah.
Call him Steiner already, particularly because losing this here, he's going to be up in the main picture.
Obviously, yes.
He does the thing with on Raw and whatever, which we'll talk about if you watched it.
Yep.
But like, just change the name, particularly now that he's turned heel, like all the way or whatever. Like, drop it. Be like, nope. You know what? I'm doing it. All
I have to do is have the wise man just say,
right,
that's stupid. We're not doing that anymore.
Right. People that didn't trust you gave you that name.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that anymore because we trust you here.
Yeah. Yep.
We know who you are. We know your lineage.
Yeah.
Why would we hide that from you?
Why are we going to keep playing dumb?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he needs it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he cuts a promo beforehand and WWE puts it on their social media that he's doing Steiner math.
Uh-huh.
Just call him Steiner.
Yeah, just call him.
Nobody.
Yeah, stop this.
Maybe one guy is going to mourn the loss of the last name Breaker. And that guy, he has a Patreon now, so he doesn't need anybody else's help. So.
Yes. What's next?
Randy Orton versus, in my notes, LOL.
So this is another one where the kids are fired the fuck up.
Yeah.
Whenever Randy Orton comes out, they each run to a side of the room on the side of the couches, jump up on them and hit the Randy Orton. But yes, we should.
Michelle will have a fucking.
I like that. Anytime I send it out to the group chat, you and Joe are like, "What? These kids are standing on furniture all the time. That's all they're doing is just hopping around on furniture, taking bumps on furniture."
I would get the shit kicked out of me for standing on furniture as a kid and now.
Well, it's one of those that, hey, mom and dad aren't in the room. Do what the fuck you want, kids. Just don't hurt each other, please. All right. So Randy comes out.
Yeah.
Looking like $1 million.
Obviously. Yeah.
He's got the old school colorway on the tights.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like $1 million.
He did a WrestleMania tribute gear to himself.
Yeah, it's his 20th Mania.
It's his original gear. They said,
yeah, because it's the original colorway. I
yeah,
didn't think of it like
it
that.
is the tribute to himself.
What a fucking guy.
What a man! What a wrestler,
dude. You know what too? So there was somebody took a video. They met him in like a elevator hallway or something at a hotel, and he asked how much they paid for the tickets. He goes, "That's honestly embarrassing."
They were wrong, but yes, it's because I looked it up because in that video the lady says like $30,000.
Yeah,
floor seats were $10,000. The first 5 rows, because I saw the actual map and the way it was colored out, like the first 5 rows.
Now, did she mean collectively all
maybe,
of them?
Maybe, well,
that's...
she said she was in the lower bowl and wasn't on the floor, and because then she meant bowl tickets would have cost us $30,000 for 3 of them. But yeah, single seat, first 5 rows on the floor. $10,000 a ticket.
I like that. He was like, "That's embarrassing."
Insane.
Yeah, and more on that later.
Yes.
Yeah. Out comes Joe Hendry. Mm-hmm. Listen, dude, he gets the fucking pop.
Yeah,
get it.
I didn't hate this.
No, I didn't hate it either. But it's like the guy's a fucking meme wrestler,
right?
Like it's what he is.
TNA missed when we got to that heavily papered show in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He was super over. Yeah. The room was buzzing.
Crazy.
Love that dude. But he ain't ready to handle 290 pounds.
No, brother.
Of raw steel and Nutella.
I've been eating.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I don't got a problem with Hendry. He's perfect where he is in the number 2 company. Quote unquote.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I just thought about it though.
Yes.
It's like it's 3 minutes. It's a glorified squash.
It's
it
squash.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
And I said this the other day to Marcus and Tim. Mm-hmm. I said, "Is it good for the Joe Hendry business?"
Yeah,
absolutely it is.
For sure.
Him going
dude has a WWE shirt, has a WrestleMania moment,
busted open the next day, talking about it because the thing was they buried the shit out of this the second RKO, which I tend to agree with. Didn't need to happen.
Knew it was coming though.
Didn't need to happen though.
I agree.
All I had to do raise the arm, leave. That's it.
And so the funny thing is, I knew it was coming because it's Randy, but like Randy's the baby face.
Yeah,
coming in this match. He was going to be the babyface against Owens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Babyface doesn't do that. Randy did it to embarrass the kid.
Well,
like, not on purpose. Like, Randy wasn't I'm going to embarrass the kid.
I know, just story.
But a babyface doing it is rubbing it in.
Yeah, it's rubbing it in.
Hendry wasn't coming in as a bad guy that needed to be beat up here or did something wrong. And he just got smoked by the guy.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's good for the Joe Hendry business because we all know that contract's up. He's fucking out of there.
Right.
Same thing Jordan Grace did.
Prove you're a good soldier now, and they'll reward you later.
I think he was on NXT this week too.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's bad for TNA.
It is.
I think it is so silly.
Their champion looks like a chump.
Yeah, you just got jobbed out in 3 minutes. Like, but it's in front of 65,000 people. I go, okay. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, if I get my ass kicked, I'd rather be in front of 2 people than 60,000.
Yeah, oh, but they put over TNA. I go, yeah, on commentary, did they plug your pay-per-view next weekend or
anything? Did they talk anything? Right, they didn't. They gave Joe Hendry a WWE shop shirt, so you don't even have to go to TNA to get Joe Hendry merch.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry merch is going through WWE now for that shirt. Like, it's a squash match.
Yeah.
And again, Hendry, it's good for him. He got his moment.
Again, okay, you got your Royal Rumble entrance moment. You got your WrestleMania deal.
But if I'm TNA, I'm like, all right, I got to clear the straps off of this guy because he ain't going to be around tomorrow.
He's going to leave.
As soon as he can.
Yeah. Complete side note, Giants are trading back into the first round.
Nice. Good. Here comes Jackson Dart, baby.
Here we go. Yeah, I agree, though. Randy looked amazing, but...
Yeah, like, it's tough. And I know there was talks about Jeff Hardy... and I saw people like, you have these returning stars. Why not put them in the match? It's like, because you don't want to make Miro look like a goof on his return. He's going to do that on his own.
Yeah.
It's just Joe Hendry's going to get a maybe not even a decent contract if the rumors we hear about WWE fucking shortchanging people who really want to be there now. Looking at you, Stephanie Verker and Jordan Grace.
Marks.
But
what? So yeah,
but it just this fabled beneficial partnership is just like WWE is they're just You're just leading your people to slaughter at the WWE. You're like, oh, here's this guy. Okay, WWE's going to take him.
Yeah.
Like, you're the farm league for the farm league.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of those, is Randy Orton showing up on TNA?
No.
Like, if he does, I'll say, okay, maybe I was wrong.
But but if Randy shows up on TNA, what's he going to do? Is he going to have a competitive match with somebody, or is he going to squash somebody out?
Yeah, he's fucking RKO Moose.
Right.
That'll make me happy.
Right, like, you know what I mean?
What if Randy wins a TNA title?
That'd be hilarious.
Then he's coming for the NXT title.
Yeah,
and
for
Joe's
sure.
prophecy from years ago will be fulfilled.
Randy Orton is X Division champion.
Let's go.
But like, seriously, like WWE's just like, they're looking over the stable at TNA and they're like, whichever one of these horses isn't ready for the glue factory, we're going to take.
That's the truth.
That's what they're doing.
I know. I agree, man. What else we got?
After that is I'll never know because I did not. I looked at my phone the whole time. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, this wasn't very good. I thought it was going to be better than it was. It just wasn't.
Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul, piece of shit. Still to this day.
We all knew that.
We did.
Except there was a funny clip where he was getting let off in the cart backstage. He's like, the Fiend song was played from Travis Scott. And he goes, if I hear this fucking song one more time, I'm going to punch him right in the face.
Then we got Raquel and one of the best dresses I've ever seen, but overnight in Las Vegas, and then in the ring, Liv Morgan
on an all-time heater
all
now.
time, showing off, knowing what she's got, making sure everybody else knows it too.
Yep.
Wearing that original sky blue cut before they made her put the shorts on over the top.
She sure was.
Although sky blue's got the, she fills that out a little bit better.
Yeah.
But Liv, listen. That dress, it's not even a dress. The two pieces of fabric that she was tied into the nightclub, like Friday night or whatever. Whew.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Good stuff, Liv.
Just like, unreal, you know. But also, wrestling fans as a whole, and I know I just drooled all over her. Just act like you've had sex, please. Against bird person Valkyria,
yes,
the bird of war. The wings of an eagle. But the bodies of an Irish woman.
That's how that goes.
It is. Versus mystery partner because Bailey has Bailey's a good soul. She's a pro, Brett. She's a pro. I saw clips from that interview with her, and I feel so bad.
Didn't I tell you? I said she looks very defeated.
And like she's like, I just feel I'm here, and like they're up here, and like you should be up there. You're better than most of them.
Yeah.
And then they confirmed with her how long of a contract she has left, and
poor Bailey.
It stinks because Bailey's great.
Yeah.
Miss Pam forever. But it's we all sort of. When this happened, I think everybody knew. Like as soon as they did the angle where Bailey was laid out, I think the nation rose up, and in a collective unifying moment, right and left, black and white, rich and poor, all came together in the town square, and we all in unison said, fucking Becky."
Yeah, it's Becky Lynch, and I like Becky Lynch.
I like Becky Lynch too,
but
not at the sacrifice. Not at the expense of Bailey in this way.
Yeah, and even part of that interview Bailey did with Totally Human Being Chris Van Vliet, where she mentions like
not automaton at all.
No, where she says like, "Boy, by the time this comes out, you're really gonna hate some stuff."
Yeah,
and he goes, "What do you mean by that?" And she just doesn't answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I saw a rumor going around that like Becky wasn't going to do this, but then like sort of spoke up because she wanted to do it for Valkyria because like that's her little mentee Irish lady unity kind of thing. And that like she wasn't looking to come back yet, and they pitched this, and she's like, "I'll do it for Lyra."
But it sucks because that's not established on main roster television,
right?
NXT they had their dealie,
right?
It's not established on the main roster,
I agree.
though.
Yeah. And then they came out and basically like Bailey confirmed or somebody confirmed that like she's not actually hurt.
No, she's not hurt.
The dirt sheet said like no, it's whatever. But then on TV they're like, oh, bad shoulder injury. Who knows when she'll be back?
Mm-hmm. And then Trips was the one who was like, what a pro.
What a pro.
She'll
be
bounce
okay.
back.
Right, she'll be all right. She's a true pro.
Like,
were you a true pro, Hunter?
Yeah. So, and I we talked about this.
Yeah.
where Bailey says, I feel like I'm down here and Becky's up here. This proves it.
Be a good soldier, and maybe when they offer you a new contract, they'll only go 10% below what you deserve.
Yeah, it sucks. I love Bailey a ton.
Yeah.
And, I saw somebody, I forget who it was, but they brought up a good point. Like, why did Becky have to get the pin in the match?
Right.
You want to do the moment for your friend or whatever? Why didn't she get the pin?
But then, and also that would make the next on Raw more eventful when they do that thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. And like also the match wasn't that good. It was fine. So like you're also like subbing in somebody who's also not having that good of a match. Like, I don't know.
Becky took 2 bumps, brother.
Right.
She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Listen, I'm never gonna fault anybody for being that level of pro.
No, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was lame, I think.
Yes.
Was this main event next?
Almost. My main event is next though. Steve Austin ran over a lady in an ATV. Or a lady did a really big, LeBron James level flop job.
She's sold, brother.
And is going to sue the WWE and get paid a shit ton of money for it.
Yeah, she's sold. She knew what she was doing.
So, listen, I understand we're in like a best wrestling podcast ever thing on Twitter right now. And I know our listenership and all that sort of shit. And I know that I can't say things on the internet and accuse anybody of things.
Sure you can.
But Steve Austin was absolutely drunk. Allegedly, terms of service, whatever. Yeah. He missed the ramp going up and didn't know how to back up the ATV. So they literally, when you watch that clip, they had to grab it on 4 sides and turn him around, like lift it and walk him. Yep. He goes up the ramp, he goes around the corner, hits the gas too hard, and slams into the barrier. Yeah. The barrier barely shifts. That lady bumps way too late. Yeah. But good job. I mean, I'd do it too. I ain't blaming that lady. Like I said when it happened, I'm like, if that happened to me, I'd have Rock's seat on the fucking board.
Oh yeah.
But
Nick Khan was over there doing hey, Jackson Dart.
But told you.
Yep.
Called it right here. My Giants wanting a white quarterback
from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Worked out last time.
Sure did.
Not Hall of Fame level, but
well, yeah.
I don't. Yep. I can see you turning red right now. All right.
I'm gonna get on my. I'm gonna get on my. Who the hell is it? Ted Nugent and somebody else does the like. How is Iron Maiden not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? But Missy Elliott is. Okay. And it's like, how? Because the Hall of Fames don't fucking matter. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I like the name. It's a good name for a quarterback.
Brothers shoot hot, right?
A little bit. But anyway, wrestling. And then Steve gets in the ring, drinks a couple Steve Weisers because he needed a couple more apparently. But the fucking ATV stalled out. Sure he didn't know how to. I thought it stalled out and he didn't know how to reverse it. Like he couldn't get started. Yeah. But as from the clip earlier, we now know he just doesn't know how to go backwards.
Yeah. And then he announces the new attendance, which is 3,000 more than the sellout yesterday.
Total sellout the first night.
Yeah.
They all said it. Sean said it.
Yeah. They found a couple extra thousand seats.
A couple extra thousand seats to make it a total sellout. Yeah. Record of in the building. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well. Unless you believe WrestleTix, and they were, they did good.
Yeah.
They did better than I thought they would.
No doubt.
But it ain't breaking no running records, guys. Come on.
Nope.
But, whatever.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. It doesn't really matter.
No.
But Steve Austin, that's a great WrestleMania moment right there.
Yeah, that's a top Mania
Steve Austin crashing an ATV essentially into a woman.
Yep. Great moment.
Is amazing stuff. Now, the main event.
Yes.
The match we were all looking forward to. The match that The Rock personally set up, that The Rock personally got rolling. The storyline kicked off by the final boss and the throat slash Rizzler. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, of which The Rock does not show up in, does not bother to show up in, and then actively buries the next day in the media.
Yeah. So, number one, the match, it's what it is. I actually thought Cena looked like okay for a guy who's 48 or whatever and doesn't wrestle anymore.
I feel bad for him that he had to admit that he went and got hair replacement surgery.
Yeah.
Because listen, he's in a new movie. The trailer we saw before, but I don't know if you paid attention to it when we were watching the draft. They show the trailer for it. He's in a movie where he plays the president of the United States. It's like an action movie, like a White House Down kind of thing. It's him and Idris Elba, and Idris Elba's the Prime Minister of the UK, and Cena's the President of the United States, and like their plane gets hijacked or something, and they have to fight terrorists.
So we're calling it an Amazon Prime special?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, good.
But you got to get that filled. He's a big Hollywood star. You got to get that shit filled in.
You have
Nobody
to.
wants to see him be fighting Superman with a bald spot. You know what I mean?
No, can't happen.
Unless you're Lex Luthor and it's all a bald spot. But yeah, listen. This match has worked in slow motion.
It is,
and then it's a fuck around playground.
You think Cody might have been boo boo facing a little bit?
Yeah, dude. How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not? Because on paper, Cody knows that legit, I said this earlier. Triple H is not going to forget that you smashed that throne with that fucking sledgehammer, man.
Yeah.
This is not a fair or proper. I don't even like Cody. That's the 3-star fucking general, man.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cody guy at all.
And we talked about last week, like Triple H in the media.
Yeah.
Like, and the weird shit he was saying, getting very defensive. And then we see what happens, and you go, was he trying to get ahead of this?
100%.
You know? Especially because Tuesday morning on fucking McAfee, Rock says, he goes, I have all the finish. Like,
Right.
I know who's going to win. I have all the finishes. I just don't know how they're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, who's lying?
Yeah.
Someone's lying.
It's disrespectful to Cody to do what they did to him at the end of this match and have this match go out the way it does. It's disrespectful to not have The Rock back involved in it.
Yeah.
And they can all say that was never the plan. And fucking, Mickey James, you want to yell about Dave Meltzer all you want in the middle of your match? That dude was called and I'm not a Meltzer defender either because we're hashtag better than him. Yeah. But like, that dude nailed everything. What they were and weren't going to do with The Rock and this Mania main event. And he got called every fucking name. Triple H would say in the pressers after shows or leading up to it, don't believe these guys. Yeah. Every name of the fucking book, The Rock himself was like, bullshit.
Bullshit, yeah.
And he was right. And they all knew it was the whole time.
Yeah.
The Rock and Triple H hate each other.
Yeah.
And The Rock likes to fuck with him.
Yeah. This is, and I know people, said this feels like a receipt from Mania last year.
Yeah.
Of Rock's ideas getting overturned. Mm-hmm. And Rock, of course, trying to sell it that
right.
No, I was the one who said I'm going to pivot to be the biggest villain ever.
Uh-huh.
When we all know, if you're a normal person, why did it take 6 months for that Mania documentary to come out?
Right.
And why is Cody alluded in interviews, one day you'll know the truth of what happened.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Travis Scott, I get it, dude. Big rapper, big artist.
Yeah.
Completely understood.
Right. Has a place in WrestleMania. That is a precedent set for WrestleManias.
Not in the main event.
Nope.
Stop fucking hammering home that he's a fan.
Uh-huh.
I'm a fan.
Right.
Too. Fuck yeah. But
yep.
Oh, a celebrity's a fan. I think that's cool as shit, man. Mm-hmm. I don't think you need to, you couldn't just have a little backstage deal where you talk to somebody, but you have to be involved in Elimination Chamber when he's saging the ring and smacking the fuck out of Cody.
Cody had to get his receipt. A guy bitch slapped him on TV so hard that he's fucked up his eyes. Dude. And Cody hits him with his pro wrestling finish.
Yeah.
Insane.
Doesn't even crack him one.
Mm-mm. It's just so disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's enough to hang in Cody's craw long enough for him to jump ship at the end of this contract. I think it's going to take the next year and a half or so of disrespect that he's going to see at the hands of that company.
But the problem is The Rock has already said what's going to happen with Cody. He goes, yeah, he's gonna be a bad guy down the line, and we'll see the stuff with his soul, and then he'll become a good guy again and win the title again. Mm. It's what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Dwayne, what the fuck are you doing?
Dwayne wants to be in charge, and I genuinely believe this is his idea of warfare to frustrate Triple H.
That was a problem, him not showing up.
It really was.
Sunday night. And especially during the McAfee interview, he says, I was on my couch watching the show. And I'm like, you're not even shooting a movie?
Right.
You're just on your couch watching?
Right, because that's what we're saying. Oh, he had reshoots. He was going to be there, but he had to do reshoots.
I was on my couch.
So the funniest thing, I think even Meltzer said this, and this, again, I'm going to shit on Meltzer, but a lot of other people were like, I don't know why you're so upset. He was never advertised to be at WrestleMania. Oh, because they advertise everybody all the time?
Dude. But even so, You're involved in
storyline wise, it
biggest-
makes sense.
The main storyline.
He started the story.
And yeah.
He needs to finish it. Because the story isn't like John Cena turned heel and The Rock celebrated him for it.
And they never explained it why.
The Rock literally bought his soul. Or bought it or turned it or whatever.
And they never explained it why in the lead up.
Right.
They barely mentioned The Rock in
Cena
the
was
lead up.
barely on TV.
Yeah.
The Rock's not on TV.
Oh, it's crazy.
And then he doesn't show up at the end of this thing. Like, the whole thing was The Rock wanted Cody on his side or that title.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get Cody on his side, so he goes for the title, then he doesn't fucking show up.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
It's insane.
It is
He
very
left
much
them
like
hanging and he laughed the whole fucking time about
it's
it.
very, especially like you said, because then on McAfee goes, yeah, I would have done it finished different.
Right.
It's like, dude, how many buses can you keep throwing these fucking guys under?
Right.
Because then fucking LaGreca got
Yeah.
viral because of 2 rants he went on about it. And Rock commented on it on Instagram. He was like, hey, Dave, everything's a work in this business.
Yeah.
Front of the camera, any interview, it's all a work.
I know. I posted that in the Discord. The first person to post that in the Discord this morning.
Well, they certainly
So,
weren't.
yeah.
But yeah,
First person to post it this afternoon.
well, you got the afternoon crowd, all right? Yeah, you got the PM crowd. Drive time crowd.
That's right.
Yeah, like he comments on that and it's like, so was your interview on McAfee a fucking work?
Right,
Like,
right.
What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Like he needs to start sitting down when he does an interview and say, hi, this is Dwayne Johnson, TKO board member talking to you. And then like before he goes into character saying, okay, wait a minute, guys, I'm going to switch to the final boss, The Rock now.
Absolutely. So that
Like,
the funniest
what
thing, dude,
is your problem?
is that like him saying that it's a wrestling business, it's always a work, really changes the landscape of WWE. Like everything Rocky,
like
it's insane.
and like I get it. He's so above wrestling at this point. But don't come back. Start this fucking story.
Yep.
Get pissed off because your original pitch gets overturned.
Yep.
And then just decide, I'm going to go home now. And you guys got this.
So do you think it'll ever come out that like he was pitched what to do on Mania and he was just like, nah, I'm good?
I truthfully don't even think it got to that.
No.
I think it got to, I want Cody heel. And Tripp's going, no, we want Cena heel. And him going, okay, we'll do the moment.
Okay.
And that's it. And then he'll go, figure it out yourself.
And then he just wasn't answering phone calls.
Yeah, just go and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is 2 years in a row you want to undermine me. Mm-hmm. Do it yourself then.
Yeah.
You know? And like, listen, Triple H ain't fucking innocent either.
No.
The build up to this sucked.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Right. The part of this problem with this WrestleMania was that it's a culmination of the lack of quality in Triple H's build.
And like, as people pointed out too, like, who was the actual bad guy at Mania last year? It wasn't Roman. It was The Rock. Mm-hmm. The Rock was on TV every week.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of Cody, bloodying him up, you know? Like, he was the real, like, shit, like, you're a dickhead, you know?
Right.
And then, like, they had that promo after Mania where, like, they're rubbing each other's belts and shit and hands him the watch, like, don't ever break my heart again. I'm like just going down the timeline here.
Remember when Cody cheers them from the audience?
Yeah, dude. Well, then like you have Bad Blood in October where he shows up in Atlanta and just does the throat slash Rizzler gimmick, and then nothing happens.
I completely forgot about this. Goes back to like him beating up Cody in the fucking parking lot. Like, why would you not be there for the end when you get revenge on Cody like you've always wanted? Yeah.
Like you got the pin on him last year at the tag match. But then Roman lost, so it was like, would you really win?
Right.
Then, like, the Netflix Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson TKO board member shoes up, and, Cody, I respect him. Great guy, leads this company. Great. Come here, Cody. Come here, you little fan, buddy. Then, the videos of them drinking in the back, and then he fucking wants the dude's soul. And then Cody doesn't give it to him, and then he just leaves. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Again, I feel like it's very much like who did this? Who
I
fucking
agree.
did this shit?
And like that's the thing.
Who is this for?
And because of all this main event stunk.
It was terrible.
It was really bad. The match
Luka was fired
good.
the fuck up because his boy John Cena won. Made me real happy.
But it's not a good match.
No.
It's a bad way to end WrestleMania Night 2.
It's so crazy the polar opposites these shows were.
Yeah, they're completely flipped.
The undercard of Mania Night 1 fucking sucked. Main event was very good.
Yep.
The undercard of Night 2 was fucking awesome. The main event was all-time bad.
Yeah. I think it's very funny for the WWE to in real time prove that these pay-per-views shouldn't be 2 nights because they only got 1 night. Like they didn't even get even though Night 2 was better, they didn't. I don't even think they got a full 7 matches out of those 2 nights that were good, that were above 3 stars.
Yeah,
because AJ Logan Paul stunk.
Nah, it wasn't very good.
So you could replace that with Jacob and
LA Knight
and LA Knight,
I know
and it makes the card better.
Great card,
but
God, the main event.
It's a 7-match card.
Yeah,
that out of 2 nights you can build a 7-match card that has 1 all-timer on it. A good main event when you move the Punk 3-way to there, but still does not line up to what AEW does on pay-per-view.
I agree.
AEW does 11-match pay-per-views.
Those are fucking Dynamite.
And they're bangers. Yeah. They did a Dynamite that Dynamite was that.
Yeah.
That Dynamite was better than everything on those cards except for that women's 3-way.
Yeah, I agree.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So and then they're like, oh, it's 2 nights SummerSlam. You couldn't do it for WrestleMania. You're gonna make 2 worthwhile nights of SummerSlam.
That's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And again, if you're WWE fans, I know we're shitting all over them. We're not a WWE podcast regularly. We talk about them, but they're not our focus. But you're lying to yourself if you can't actively look at that night 1 and be like, this is an average wrestling show at best, let alone a pay-per-view, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, 100%, man. This shit was not good. Especially just all the shit coming out after it too with The Rock. It's just it's so crazy to me.
I think overall for me, this Mania, both nights, full Mania nights, squeaks by with a B-.
I'd go there. Yeah.
Just slightly above average.
Yeah.
For a WrestleMania, bad. It's not good. Not what it should be.
Yeah.
If I was to take the 2 matches, cannibalize the best for 1 card, I could build you a really good one.
Man, dude, they made Cody look so bad.
Yep.
And somebody pointed out, they go, oh, now he doesn't want to cheat? And they listed a bunch of matches he's had where low blows, roll-ups, grab the rope, whatever, hit somebody. But now's the time when you don't want to. And it just makes your fucking baby faces look dumb.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me, man.
Continuity matters, people.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw, I didn't watch all of it.
I didn't watch any of it.
I saw some.
Okay.
Io Sky versus Steph Kerr was very fucking good.
Yeah, people were talking about that.
Goes to a no contest because Roxanne Perez comes out.
Okay.
And Julia comes out. And Rhea Ripley comes out. Okay. So I don't know how much of that's going to be them going to the main roster or not.
Was it a 3-hour Raw, or are they down to 2 on Netflix?
I think they've been kind of fast and loose with it. I think this one might have went longer. Okay. But I think
they've 3 wrestling matches on it.
I think they've been topping out at 2.5.
Okay.
So
there's only a half an hour of pro wrestling on it. In ring. They cranked out all the surprises and here's again, you like WWE, you like WWE. You do you like what you like. Raw, from what I've read about it and saw people posting, was a Jingle the Keys show.
It was, yeah.
Here's the surprises. Here's the turns because Becky turns, right?
Well, yeah. So Randy weighs out John Cena.
Oh yeah, right. We're doing Randy Cena for the 300th time, literally.
Yeah. So fucking, what are you gonna do? Put the belt on Randy? I would.
I'd
put the belt on Randy. Yeah. The whole Becky shit, for them to lose and just turn the next night, I hate that. I'm not a
Becky
fan
gets
of that.
like you said before. Becky gets the pin and then she turns.
I'm not a fan of that at all. I think that sucks.
Yeah, it's stupid,
and it makes me feel bad for Bayley.
Yeah,
I just don't like that at all. But yeah, Io Steph was fucking really good, dude. Like crazy to see that happening on Monday Night Raw. I think it was more so just to sell like the NXT match for the following night that happened. I think it was Io or Roxanne versus Steph. I didn't watch it. But like Rusev comes back. I don't give a fuck.
No, they're gonna treat him so much better this time.
Yeah. What else happens on this? The main event angle with like Braun Breaker joining up with Rollins and Heyman.
Are they calling it the Dangerous Alliance?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I saw a lot of people tweeting about it, and like a lot of people were calling it the new Dangerous Alliance. And like, are they doing that? Because it doesn't really make sense. Because he's not. It'd be the Heyman this alliance.
You know, another thing, like I said about the night one main event too. It's almost like a problem where nobody's talking about like Punk or Roman or Seth. It's all about Heyman. Mm-hmm. And I go, who's the real like one that's over here now?
Yeah.
It's Heyman.
Right. And yeah.
Who's been like Triple H's right-hand man on a lot of this?
Well, yeah, it's by design. Heyman's Heyman's a supervillain, right?
Yeah.
Like in real life, like if Heyman's gonna get himself wants to
gonna
get himself
those
over,
claws
he's gonna
into
get himself
somebody,
over,
man. Yeah.
right? And then Roman's like, I got a year and a half left, whatever.
Yeah, Roman's talking about I'm done in a
Okay,
year
well,
and a half.
I'm gonna go.
Jay Uso said the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, I'm 40 years old now, and it's starting to hurt, so I'm gonna be done in a year or two."
So like, Paul's like, who do we got?
Yeah,
Give me. I need fresh blood.
Yep.
So
yeah, so that's all happening.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'll talk about it moving forward. We'll see.
It's on you. Mania didn't do enough to get me to tune in at all.
Yeah, like if something's good,
if something's good, I don't
watch.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, they just seem like in a very weird fucking state right now.
I can only watch so many wrestlers backstage hug and tag themselves with the Secretary of Education.
Well,
for me to be like, I don't need to tune into this anymore. Again, it's fine. You do you. Don't shove it in my face.
Yeah, I get that.
So,
all right. Enough WWE.
Yep.
AEW. Only one show because we covered.
Yes, because we were double colliders last week.
Yeah, so this is Dynamite from last night. Wednesday night. Master P is here. No Limit Soldiers. Hootie Hoo.
That's right.
I wish Silk the Shocker would have come out with them. That would have popped fucking huge for that. I love the No Limit Soldiers. They fucking rocked. But he comes out and the Ops come out.
Was Master P I ask this every time because I never remember. But was he the Kingston Marufuji promotion? Was that on him?
House of Glory.
That was his promotion? Mm-hmm. All right, well.
If I was backstage at AEW, I would have walked up and be like, hey man, great big fan. What the fuck?
What'd you do? We gotta sit down with somebody. What the fuck's going on here?
Fucking rowdy.
Yeah.
The Ops come out.
Yeah.
They're cutting a promo.
In shiny shirts.
The Death Riders jump them.
Yep.
Joe gets Moxley in a choke, and Master P just starts peppering with Butterbean-esque body shots.
Oh, they were better than Butterbeans.
They absolutely were, which is a problem. Then the Bucks and Okada run out, and then Swerve and Omega run out and chase them off, and Joe's gonna have a title match against Moxley in like a month in Chicago, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
So fine with it.
Yeah,
Fun little. Hey, let's remind everybody who's in this promotion,
right?
And then let's have a bunch of pops here.
There's no way it doesn't lead to an Anarchy in the Arena or Blood and Guts or whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah, I just wonder if the numbers line up.
Well, they can do 6 on 6.
Yeah, so you could do Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, Shibata, Hobbs, Omega, Swerve against Moxley, Claudio, Yuta, and the Bucks. But Moxley also said like I don't want anything to do with the Bucks, so I don't fucking know. We'll see.
They
how
can go
that
up to
plays
6
out.
because you put Hook in there on the one side, and then you get the Death Riders minus Pac because he's hurt.
Yeah,
but you get the Bucks and Okada in there, and that's 3 and 3.
Fuck, let's bump it up to 7. Get Marina and Willow in there too.
Why not?
I'm down with that.
That's probably a little bit more of an Anarchy in the Arena than a fake War Games.
Yeah.
So,
the fucking Christian Cage promo.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Where he's like, give me the belt. That's what we agreed to or whatever.
Give me the belt. He's like, yeah. And your mom and I, we really celebrated your win last week. I was like, oh, cool.
Yep.
You win the belt and I fucked your mother. That's what a fucking guy.
Cool.
And then Nick Wayne's like, yeah, you see what happens when you actually stick to the plan? You win championships. And then Christian gives him the belt back. And, I thought that was obviously the tension there's brewing. So,
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. Hey, good for Mark Briscoe getting the W here.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
Yeah. I did not expect Briscoe to win.
Me neither.
But, they always put on good stuff. So,
Yeah,
it's,
so.
Ricochet always does his thing. I like that Mark Briscoe was like, I know you can grow hair. So why do you shave your head? Because he's like, I'm actually bald.
Yeah.
I like the finish a lot. I like the Ricochet feet on the ropes, Briscoe turning around into a pin.
Sure.
I just like surprise finishes. It's nice for Mark to get a win every now and then. And the important thing about it is that it maybe teaches Tony Khan a lesson that, like, Ricochet is still positioned higher on the card than Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
Losing to Mark Briscoe doesn't hurt him.
Not at all.
And it especially doesn't hurt him when he gets trapped in a win and then beats him down afterwards.
Yep.
That keeps his heat. It increases his
Absolutely.
heat.
Sure
That's
does.
how you can get some of your top guys to not always have to win and still make sense and advance a storyline.
Yeah, because then he goes to stab him.
Right.
And Kevin Knight runs him
And
off.
listen, Kevin Knight, they see a lot in this kid. I see a lot in this
Yeah.
kid. He's got a great look. That the personality's starting to come through.
I say crowds started to chant for him, so that's good.
Big, he's boisterous, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see, but they seem to they're like running with him a little bit, see what they got. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
I don't know when this happens on the show. I just can't remember the time because I did watch it late.
Okay.
I completely skipped the Young Bucks match. I didn't watch that
Okay.
shit. Stokely Hathaway.
Yeah, you skipped like way ahead, I think. Did you? Hold on.
I don't know. I didn't watch the Young Bucks. I'm not watching something I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Everybody said match was really great, but I'll take your word for it.
What was that? Was that the FTR thing?
Yeah.
Why do I not have that on here? Because
you don't care
no, it is. So
You don't care
so
about
you're
stuff
skipping
like
the skipping the setup because they show before they go to commercial after Ricochet stuff, they show Ricky Morton and Hoot in the audience.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, and then they get the FTR thing. Yeah, Shivani brings out FTR. There it is.
Yeah. So Stokely comes out. He's
Yes.
officially like the manager of FTR now.
Yeah, he's in like a tracksuit.
The FTR calls the Rock and Rolls into the ring.
Yeah.
Fucking Hoot eats one, which is great. Fucking Ricky takes a pile driver, which is great.
Yep.
I like this FTR.
Yeah, it'll work. I like him. I like Stoke being there.
I like Stoke with them. I know Bald's always talked about wanting to work with Stoke more. So
that's cool. Give them a mouthpiece like, all of their hero. Well, yes, the Rock and Rolls didn't, but like Midnight's had a manager.
Yeah.
And he's a dirtbag. So let's give him that aspect now. That'll be pretty cool.
Look at Hoot making towns.
Right? All over the place. They were supposed to be retired.
Good for Hoot.
And he steps in for the Warlord in the senior battle royal that we didn't talk about.
Yeah. The less said the better.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
After this was the Bucks versus Nightball.
I didn't watch it.
Which, I don't have anything to say either, except for the fact that the Young Bucks are now clearly doing steroids. Only the one with the better hairline is working harder at it.
All right. I mean, I can respect that.
I mean, they're not. I said this in the Discord, but like they tried to bulk up in New Japan, they just got fat.
Yeah, they did.
So
Their heavyweight run.
they're on the gas proper. It looks like to me. Tony Storm gets the little promo thing. And another Dynamite line where she says, "If any bitch has the itch."
Yeah, and then she said something about the Empire striking my back every night. What a woman.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
I saw a video of her at WrestleCon with some
Yeah.
younger girl that comes up and she's like, "Darling, you're beautiful."
funny.
She,
All the pictures, she completely committed to the bit.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
her with the Sandman with the cane.
She rules.
Because I'll never forget that fucking line at the ECW arena during the Stardom show last year. I too have entered Sandman.
Yes. And then Amanada answers, makes me happy. I like Queen Amanada a lot. I think working with Tony's going to help her get better.
Yeah.
And then Tony, which has to be a dig, which at the end she says, "Let's make cinema."
Yeah.
And I know it fits the character, but it's got to be
How about her doing like that AMC Movie Fest this
yeah,
weekend and
yeah,
shit?
with Ben Mankiewicz.
I hope people understand it. I don't think they will. You fucking highbrow cinephiles.
I don't know. I think it'll be enough to have you'll see a pretty lady on TV. I think that's hopefully enough for most people.
I hope.
But
Hurt Business.
yes,
MJF.
Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, whatever.
You want to get sued?
Oh, okay.
Intellectual property, pal.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, MJF rolls up in a new Corvette and ball taps the fucking voucher. And he's like, "There's the keys, dork."
Yeah.
Again, I thought this is good shit that they're doing. It's fun.
It's definitely fun.
Shelton finally gives him the thumbs up, and he's like, "I'm not doing this because I trust you. I'm doing it because of MVP." And Bob's like, "Let me see them keys."
Yeah.
Let me get them keys.
When he said that, I was like, "You ain't fitting in that car, Bobby Lashley.
You barely fit in that car."
Are you kidding me?
I like when they go to the back and they're showing them around, and MJF's like, "Yeah, that's the front of the car. Yeah, it looks good, right? Oh, you want to see the interior? Oh, you're gonna sit down now, huh? Shelter, you want to sit down too? Hey, where are you going?"
Yeah.
Just leaves. He's like, "Son of a bitch."
he puts his hand out the window and thumbs down as he drives away.
Yeah.
And also he hit the gas too hard and almost lost control.
Yeah, that would have
been touchy.
That would have been wild.
Very funny.
But this stuff's been very enjoyable.
It's been very good. Do you think MJF ever gets in?
Something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually he gets enough.
Something he's gonna do either he's gonna get in by helping Bobby with something.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna when Bobby finally lets him in, he's gonna turn, and be like, "Fuck you, I don't need you anyway." Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Okay. Like it. I like it.
I liked the little Hangman interview backstage with Renee.
Can't have a show without Hanger.
Fucking MJF called him the Joke Man Page. Mm-hmm. The old Joke Man.
The old Joke Man.
Hope Jackie doesn't fucking sue for that. That's for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, it was good. I like the tension between these two still.
Is Jackie still alive?
Yeah, he's still out. He's still hawking his tapes, probably.
Is he? I'm sure there's no way.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, hold on.
Jackie the Joke Man, brother. Mm-hmm. But I do like MJF where he's just like, "Cool, you're going to get the finals of this tournament. And you're just going to do what you always do. You're going to choke. You're going to lose."
Right.
Which I thought was very, that's good.
Jackie is 77 years old.
Yeah, brother.
Jokeland Entertainment, jokeland.com.
Yeah, Jackie the Joke Man.
He is, we can drive at 3 different times, April, June, or July. Maybe not the June one, because that's in New York. But tomorrow, you won't be around. But July 25th, we can drive less than 2 hours and go see Jackie the Joke Man.
That's too long.
In Freehold, New Jersey.
I'm good.
At the American Hotel.
Nope.
If we were in Massachusetts, we could see him at Giggles. Hold on, though. Through Ovation Tickets. I know this isn't wrestling related, but you're going to have to live with me here. Jackie the Joke Man Martling comedy show with Jackie the Joke Man. Two drink minimum, 2 item minimum, 2 drink minimum. Doors at 7, show at 8. July 25th, 2025. How much are tickets?
$15.
How much are tickets? Do you want with fees or without fees?
I don't know.
All right. How much are tickets?
$15.
How much are tickets?
Free.
$30.
That's 62
plus a $4 convenience fee.
That's insane.
and it's a 2 drink minimum, and you have to buy 2 drinks while you're there.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's a $50 night.
That is ridiculous.
If you're stingy, just to see a 77-year-old.
I don't know if I'd go see him at fucking Wisecrackers.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
All right. Next match. The Callis family. You had Konosuke Takeshita and Josh Alexander going up against kind of like a super team of Brody King and Will Ospreay.
Yeah. I like that they don't like that Buddy's out, so they're just like, we're just going to make sure Brody has stuff to do.
Ospreay put up a picture of him and Brody, and it was just like, this would be my World Heavyweight Champ if I just had a promotion starting tomorrow.
I agree.
He fucking loves him. Mm-hmm. I like that. Like Brody was like rough with Ospreay with the tag-ins, and he's just like, "What? Sorry,
yeah.
I'm not used to not being a big brute." Mm-hmm. This was fun though. I thought.
Yeah, I liked it.
Good match,
good TV match.
Yeah. Josh Alexander's C4 spike and Brody was kind of gnarly. Mm-hmm. Really though, this is all set up for the aftermatch. They're beating him down. Hangman Page goes to make the entrance. He gets jumped.
Yeah.
Finally, like, he gets to the ring and he's slugging on somebody and he grabs Fletcher finally and he goes to just hit him, but then he gets jumped again from behind. And
Yeah.
Cal's family at the end, when they did that lineup, I was like, damn, we got a legit stable here.
Yeah, it's like what the Death Riders are supposed to be.
Yeah, like we actually have like a legit heel fucking stable.
I like a lot in the match. So I like and I don't like. I think the offense they did to Brody at the end of the match had him stunned for a little too long.
Yeah, he dropped him on his head.
But I do like that they do establish that you basically have to shoot Brody with a gun.
Yeah, you got to go murder, death,
get him
kill
with
on
everything.
Yeah.
But like there was a point where they were just like striking him and he was selling and selling and selling. I'm like, are you selling a little too long for what the offense they're giving him?
Break the big guy down.
And then eventually everybody like hits their finishers on him to put him out. But yeah, glad to see Brody in this position. And that is a hell of a faction, even with Rocky Romero
like,
in it.
they actually looked like, whoa, this is a fucking big faction.
They look intimidating for sure.
Yeah. And that actually leads to our question of the week from Mr. Timothy.
In the middle of a dynamite even. Tim, there it is.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right. So, Tim says AEW is really leaning into the supergroups again, which is a good thing. With the Ops, the Callis family, Death Riders, the Elite, the Hurt Syndicate, and to a lesser extent the Patriarchy, the Paragon, the scraps of the conglomeration, which I think is dead, and the Hounds of Hell.
Yeah.
Do you think there's room for another hero team to come together? And if so, which 3 to 5 unaccounted bodies would you like to see join into 2025 AEW Gang Wars? Love you, boys. I don't want another faction at this point.
No, I think that things should be weighted heavier to the heel side. I think there should be more heels.
You can have the fun ending you had last week with the faces sticking up for each other, but they don't need to be in a group together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want Swerve with anybody. I don't want Ospreay with anybody. Whenever he comes back from climbing the mountain, I don't want Darby with anybody.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want them just to kind of, okay, there's the unspoken thing, like, baby faces will have your back, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't need another faction. Like you said, it's very heel heavy.
Yeah.
You know, which is what it should be. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you have the Ops, that's fine. 3 dudes. Hook when he comes back, 4.
Yeah.
But like the rest, you know, Hurt Syndicate, 3 guys, fine.
Right. And there's a couple other 3-guy teams.
The Paragon.
Paragon, like, you know, you got the 2.0 and Garcia, kind of, sort of.
I don't even look at them as a faction.
No,
I just
but
look at it as like a,
yeah,
they're your friends.
Right.
You know?
They're a trio, but that's like, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can loosely jump them together. But no, like, I don't need another one, particularly because maybe someday eventually the fucking Bang Bang Gang will be healthy again.
Yeah.
And they can come
They
back.
could be a big face faction. Like, I don't need Omega with anybody at this point.
No.
I don't need Hangman with anybody at this point.
And loose affiliations because you're baby faces.
There's nothing wrong with
not
that.
gang wars.
Yeah.
Because like looking at this roster, it's like Cope, Danhausen hit. You know, like there's a lot of guys still, but like there's not a lot of dudes that will hold a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Like Cope's maybe the only other guy that could like lead a faction technically. Because like I don't want Top Flight in anything. Darby works better as himself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because like did Tim mention LFI? Because we have LFI too.
Oh, no, even LFI.
You know, they're there.
heel,
They're
yeah.
heels. You know,
Yeah, I
So-
agree. Loose affiliations I'm fine with. You can be buddies, but I don't need
Yeah.
an official title or anything.
right. If it was needed, when Eddie comes back, if there's like we need to mount an offense against these bad guys, I wouldn't mind Eddie leading a ragtag group of
Yeah.
baby faces.
I don't need like
but
an
I don't want a
official-
name. I don't want
Yeah,
T-shirts.
I agree with that.
I just want like Team AEW.
Yeah, I
you know,
agree with
like
that.
like WCW versus NWO.
Yeah.
like you know, like Team WCW
Team
wasn't a
WCW.
faction.
Yeah, it was
they were
just,
just defending the company.
Yeah, yeah. We're fighting for the greater good.
Yeah,
I agree
you know,
with that.
I don't need another faction, particularly because I want the Bang Gang back.
I agree.
So,
Well, Tim, thank you very much for the question, my dog.
and thank you a little bit for the question.
Damn.
Not very much.
Main event.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Two women just throwing their fucking beef around. It was
Damn right.
fucking sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked it a lot. Statlander,
Buzz, baby.
Dude, Statlander almost braining herself on that shooting star deal off the fucking apron. I'm going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Don't be taking a fucking face first bump on the goddamn ground for no reason. Hater with that fucking clothesline at the end though was sick. Good match, dude.
Good match.
Liked
Glad
lot.
it main evented.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're gonna do for a month.
Yeah.
That's a little
I don't know
tough.
what you're gonna do.
How do you keep that interesting for a month?
Do some tags, I guess.
Yeah, but like, do you? I don't know.
Jamie Hayter can still wrestle other people.
Yeah.
Sasha can wrestle other people. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, because I guess it's just for that. It's not for a title or anything, because it's not
No, it's just for
it's not
the
the title
Owen.
shot. It's just for the Owen winner. So yeah, I guess that can happen.
Yeah.
But like, neither of them are losing in the month if they wrestle. But cool to see Hayter win. I love Stat, but like, she's been there. She's been to the dance, and we've been all been waiting for Hayter to sort of get the confidence back and be back. You know, she never lost her title, so it's good to see her here.
Yep.
I hope she beats Mercedes.
Yeah.
I think she should.
I think she should.
If she doesn't, then I hope that it's some sort of heel fuck finish by Mercedes, so that Hayter can challenge again at Y'all In and beat her there, maybe.
Sure.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought the match was very good, though.
Yeah.
So, another good Dynamite, I thought.
Yeah, another solid-ass wrestling TV show.
Yeah, some good-ass shit's going on in AEW right now.
I think it was, I felt a really important show. Maybe more important than the first week, or the before WrestleMania. And it didn't have that level. I think if AEW put on the level of show they had before WrestleMania also here, people would be freaking out.
Yeah.
But it was a really good, solid, moving wrestling television.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
Can't complain about that shit,
Yep,
man.
100%.
So
All right, well, let's go international, my friend.
let's do it.
All right, we are here, still in Las Vegas.
By way
Literally,
of
we're
Japan,
in
by way of
Las
Las Vegas.
Vegas for everything here.
Yes.
Obviously, some foreign promotions ran their shows in Las Vegas over the weekend. So,
Sure did.
Watched shit from a few of them.
Okay.
So,
I watched 2 matches. So
Okay.
you lead and I'll
That's good.
pipe in.
Thanks for committing to the
You're
show,
welcome.
DJ. Mm-hmm. Did you watch the match from Marvelous?
What's that?
Aja Kong?
No.
You did not watch that.
No. I thought that was from last week. Didn't we talk
Nope.
about that last week?
Sure didn't.
Oh well.
It was 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Aja Kong versus Senka Akatsuki.
Did we not talk about that last week? You didn't
sure
mention that you
didn't.
watched it because it happened like Thursday morning last week.
Didn't talk about it last week.
I
Nope.
thought you mentioned you watched it last week.
Nope. I said they had the match.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it is.
So, this was fucking awesome. It's
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Nice.
This is how you do a 5-minute match. It was fucking great. It was a super fucking monster heel versus a goddamn rookie that will not quit. Senka is 19 years old.
Okay.
She's been wrestling for 6 months.
Wow.
And she's already as fucking good as she
And they
is.
brought her to the U.S. That's cool.
Yeah. Very excited for her future.
Yeah.
I loved at one point Aja pins her and she's just fighting for her shoulders not to be on the mat for like 30 seconds.
Nice.
Crowd goes ape shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that's perfect.
Good.
That's how you fucking do it, baby. She picks Senka up, spinning back fist, put her down.
That's not how you do it. You RKO them, and then after the match, you pick them up and you RKO them again.
Absolutely not.
That's how you get people over, Brett.
That's not the truth. I fucking loved it because, again, it was 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And this is how you fucking do that shit. Loved it. Did you, I'm going to say you probably didn't watch this.
Dragon Gate?
No. From Progress, Chapter 179, Progress at Las Vegas. Okay. Progress title match, Luke Jacobs versus Michael Oku.
Yeah, I don't like either of those guys, really. So
Yeah. I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah.
This was like very late when this match happened in Vegas, so the crowd's not really there for it. Michael Oku's, I don't know if he's bigger than I thought he was or if Jacobs is smaller.
Yeah.
But he was like taller than
Oh,
Luke
okay.
Jacobs. Oku did this fun thing. It's like running off the stage dive over the crowd, which I thought was very cool. Luke Jacobs won. Match was pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just trying to take in everything here. So, all right. Next thing I have here is from DDT Goes Las Vegas.
Ooh, I watched something from
Hey,
that.
proud of you, buddy. Did you watch the main event?
The main event.
All right.
Mel versus Takeshita. I watched it today.
Proud of you.
Yes.
Yes, this was fucking awesome, of course.
Yes, very good.
I thought Mao was like holding his own with Takeshita.
Yeah.
Takeshita wasn't overwhelming him. Mao's getting beefy.
Do you think Mao gets a proper like double deal in Japan, like New Japan DDT, more regularly? Because he's in juniors again, right?
He is, but I don't think that'll happen.
No.
Nah.
Okay. He's really good.
Takeshi's too much of like a,
Yeah.
hey, we're actually going to feature this guy and be a champion and be a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, Mao's like hey, coming in from DDT, enjoy having a nice run in the juniors tournament. Maybe wrestle some tags every now and again.
Yeah.
Who knows? I just don't see him being double contracted up. But I thought this was very good. And the crowd was into it, and Takeshi's a goddamn
That's the
god.
thing. It's hard to have a bad match with Takeshita right now. And then when you get somebody like Mao, who's as good as Mao is, it's just fun. They got the chemistry because they've wrestled each other, knew each other, and were in the same system
Perfect
forever.
main event to have for your company in America.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody knows Takeshita's there. Most of the people probably know Mao at this point, but even if you didn't, you go, hey, I know this Takeshita guy. Oh, who's he wrestling? Let me check this out.
Right.
So whoever booked that, good
That's a really good
idea.
point. Like that, like just Takeshita's name now will get like, let's get some eyes on other people. Yeah. And I'll say it again, even though we haven't talked a ton of Noah lately, because why?
Yeah, why would you?
But like Wrestle Universe is still a great fucking deal. So
Sure
like
is.
any eyes on DDT and the talent they have could help because that's a good deal. So
Yeah, I agree 100%. So I watched the match from the Dragon Gate USA / Pro Wrestling Revolution joint show.
I would love to watch Dragon Gate. I have an affinity for Torimon. It becomes Dragon Gate. I like a lot of the wrestlers. I like the older guys. I don't know a ton of the guys. Shun, like you, I pretty much only know Shun Skywalker.
Yeah.
But like, and I know that you posted this, and I was like, if I watch Dragon Gate, I'm gonna want to watch Dragon Gate all the time. And I know that that's not feasible because they don't get put up all the time.
Sure.
And I was just like, not doing it.
Yeah, I think they have their own service, but I just don't know.
They do, but
it.
they don't have enough. It's not a good enough English translation.
Sure, sure.
They don't have that version. You just have to let Google auto translate, and it just ain't happening.
No, I kind of agree with you on that.
Same thing. That's the same thing with the Stardom app. Like,
what are we doing, guys? Let's fucking hurry.
I don't know, dude.
So this is their show, The Gate of Revolution.
Yes.
I watched the main event, and again, it's a 6-man tag. I know one person, but I was like, you know what? Let's broaden these horizons a little bit. It was a team of Ben K, Hayo, and Kazi versus the team of the Z-Brats, which is Ishin, Kota Minora, and Shun Skywalker.
Okay, Shun Skywalker's cool.
This made me want to it made me want to watch Dragon Gate.
Right.
The first half is very like a lot of comedy, a lot of outside the ring brawling. At one point, somebody has one of the fans up on their shoulders.
Oh, nice.
A fan takes a bump.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But a lot of brawling on the outside.
Yeah.
Things getting stuck to people's nipples and stuff like that. But then it was like the second half of the match. I go, oh no, now we're gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome.
And that's the thing, like, I love, like, the Ultimate Dragon, that Lucha Risu style that he sort of pioneered, and to know that it's, like, handed down, and then obviously shit evolves, but, like, it's always a cool combination to me, so I just know that, like, Dragon Gates would hook me. So.
Yeah, and it was tough because I guess they ran the same time as Spring Break.
Okay.
So, not a big crowd.
No, you get everybody who couldn't get tickets to Spring Break.
Essentially, because Spring Break was, like, probably the biggest event, indie event of the weekend.
People or whatever.
Maybe Bloodsport was bigger. I didn't watch anything from Bloodsport because I just...
No, we're good. Because we don't need to watch people jerk off the WWE for apparently no money.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Bury all your talent. Did you see the fucking Lauderdale was like, I've never posted a flyer with a WWE ID on it.
Yeah.
You had a whole fucking tournament, you asshole.
Yeah, you had a WWE ID tournament, pal.
Moron. A lying sack of shit.
But this was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed it. And again, it was like, I forget who was on commentary. I should have wrote it down. But they did a very good job of, like, explaining who's who. Because they understand, okay, a lot of American
Who did commentary? Do we
I'm
know?
not sure.
No,
I don't
okay.
remember. But they're like a lot of American audience. You may not know who these guys are.
Right.
And they did a good job breaking down who they are, their affiliations,
Okay.
what the Z-Brats are. Who's like they like
The
hate,
Sons of Tom Zank.
Yeah, they like hate like everybody in Dragon Gate. They want to be like, oh, be a bad guy, be with us, kind of, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it was
Yeah.
a ton of fun, man. I really had a lot of fun watching this.
The Z-Man and his Z-children.
Goddamn right, I'd be pumped about that. The only other thing I have, I have 2 matches from
Okay.
Tokyo Joshi Pros live in Las Vegas.
I have 1.
Okay.
Did Stardom not run anything?
They
or
did.
There's nothing. Yeah.
Nah, nothing of note.
Okay.
Yeah, they had 2 shows actually. So I watched 2 matches. The first
Okay.
one was for the International Princess title, Suzume versus Jada Stone, which we saw Jada Stone last year on the Spark Joshi Pro show.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, dude, fucking 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Just bell to bell action.
Okay.
I like Jada Stone. I'm impressed with her. I hope she does more.
Yeah.
These 2 had a match over in Tokyo Joshi Pro already, but I guess Jada's going to go back to Tokyo Joshi Pros on more of an excursion,
Okay.
which I think it's good. She does a great corkscrew moonsault. It was fucking badass.
Okay.
Suzume wins, though, of course,
Yeah.
takes that title.
Sure.
Good match, though, man. A lot of fun. You know, watching that secondary belt in Tokyo Joshi Pro. And then the main event, the Princess of Princess title, Mizuki versus Miyu Yamashita.
Yes, this is what I watched.
Of course I'm going to fucking watch this because guess what? These 2 don't miss.
No, never.
This was a match where I felt Yamashita really went for it. She was just busting out every move.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm main eventing a show Mania weekend for my home promotion. Let's really show you what the fuck I got.
Right. Well, and they jobbed her out to fucking Natty at
yeah.
Bloodsport, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 out of 7. That's all I'm going to say. 6 out of 7.
For no pay, for no boost in revenue or support.
Micah's the only one holding it fucking down for the rest of us,
Apparently,
apparently,
yeah.
man. But yeah, I thought this match was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought
I liked it a ton.
You know,
Yep.
great chemistry. I will always watch these 2 wrestle.
There's almost a detriment to these 2, like a lot of other people, because like there's other wrestlers that have this too, but it's like, oh yeah, the 2 of the best wrestlers, 2 of the best female wrestlers in a particular company, if not all of Japan, are wrestling each other. Of course, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So it like gets taken for granted a little bit because you're like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because yeah, it is like, hey, America, we're trying to show you like,
Yeah.
what the fuck we got.
Right. It's one of those that's like, if it's below 4 stars, you're like, it was okay.
Yeah,
And this wasn't like, this was really
it
good.
was fucking awesome.
But like, it's just that kind of thing, you know, like it's, you know, they're just so good that you know, like if Omega and Okada get in the ring again and it's anything short of 4.5 stars, everybody's gonna be like, well,
yeah,
so like,
Yeah.
you know, you just, at some point you're good enough where it, you know, it obviously doesn't like hurt you, but like you can't take a night off. Particularly
man.
in your home promotion, particularly against someone else from your home promotion in a title match, you know. Yeah.
yeah. And Miyu stayed in the States for a while, I guess.
Did
I
she
saw, like,
do
I
that
think
last year too?
Yeah, she stayed in the States
Maki
a while.
does it too.
Maki does it too. So they're
Yeah.
both doing the same thing again this year. Man, Tony Khan, please.
Well, that's, I was just like, I thought you were going to say exactly what I was thinking about. Like, can we get Yamashita versus Tony Storm on
Please.
TV?
I want, like,
You know, can we get Willow wrestling?
dude, Yamashita versus Mercedes versus fucking Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Give her a win somewhere, but
I know she
But,
absolutely
like, yeah.
deserves a win, but like, why can't she just come in,
right.
beat a couple scrubs, not scrubs, but beat a couple people,
Right.
get a title shot on a Dynamite
Yeah.
against one of the 2. She doesn't have to win, you know, but like, show like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, we got this fucking international superstar who's
Yeah.
a fucking badass.
She
Like,
certainly is.
let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. That's
That's
all
it.
I got.
Me too, buddy.
Did you buy? No. What were your favorite matches?
Oh. I mean, obviously we talked about it. The opener of night 2 of WrestleMania.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
That's the match of the whole week of everything I've ever seen. And then my other match is Mickey James versus Maki Ito.
Oh god.
It's Yamashita. versus Mizuki.
Same.
It's just really
same
good.
across the board.
Women rule the world. They're taking over.
Dude, I've honestly have enjoyed so much more women's wrestling this year so far. The first quarter of the year, we'll say.
Yes.
I've been heavy into the women's wrestling.
Yes. I think they've been really delivering. Like, I mean, and again, it's, women's wrestling has been great and has been low-key great for a very long time and going back historically.
Yeah.
But, like, they're getting showcased and getting more opportunities, particularly in AEW. Like, TK's really hitting the women wrestling on his shows. And while I think WWE's a little more reluctant to it, then you just force their fucking hand by having the night of the fucking weekend.
Yeah.
The night of WrestleMania, like the match of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The match of the weekend. And, those three women are all fucking phenomenal.
I know, I think it was Obafemi came out and was just like, that's the match of the weekend for sure. I think even they showed a video of Austin going up to Io Sky. I was like, that was fucking bad.
Yeah.
Fucking badass.
So for my match of the year list, I have 10 matches on it as contenders so far. And 4 of them are women's matches.
Yeah, dude. And I'll tell you what, massive Stardom show this weekend, too.
Yeah.
All-Star Grand Queendom.
Oh,
baby.
there you go.
It's going to be a big one, and I'm very excited for it. So
Yeah.
And then Meiko Satomura, her retirement matches in a few days, I think. So that got announced as well. Yeah, dude, fucking... It's been awesome for women's wrestling this year. It really has been, dude. Mm-hmm. And maybe, we don't have to have certain matches on WrestleMania, and you could find something for Chelsea Green to do.
Crazy, too. Crazy that she wasn't involved. She didn't do anything in the Raw after either, right?
No, she's a SmackDown.
Oh, okay. Well, was she on the SmackDown before Mania?
I think we watched it.
Was she?
Yeah. Didn't she lose to Zelina Vega?
Did she lose that match?
Yeah, she lost, but it was a non-title.
What insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolute insanity.
Like, did Hunter find out she's married to fucking Cardona or something? Like, it's just like, fuck him.
They were casually talking, and he was like, "Oh, who's your +1 for the Hall of Fame?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, my husband, Matt Cardona." And he was like, "Oh, excuse me?"
Yeah. Almost has another fucking
and he was like,
cardiac incident.
Right. He was like, "It's a good thing I write my booking sheets in pencil."
Uh-huh. It's a good thing that the Rock's going to overturn this one.
Right.
But yeah, you buy anything, I know you did, and I know I did too.
Did we?
Yeah, Friday morning.
Oh, yeah, I pre-ordered 2 Terry Funks.
Yeah, I got 2 Terrys and a Muda.
Yeah.
And a Mooter.
And a Mooter.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then also some booty site put up a Dom Mysterio shirt, and I bought it for Dom today.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cool shirt.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus, for sending that my way.
Giant Size VR's got that Dr. Doom shirt. Did you see it?
I saw him teasing it.
Yeah.
Is it up now?
It should be up. If not, it's coming up overnight tonight.
Well,
but it's like a Kirby Doom shirt too.
That'll probably have to be a purchase.
Yeah, that's it really.
Sorry, open up my Instagram and Tony Storm's everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's it.
That's all we got.
All right. Well,
all she got.
Everybody, thanks for listening. This has been We Need Wrestling. Remember, we are #better than Meltzer and #better than SRS. This won't be out in time for anybody to vote in the next one. So we lose. Doesn't really matter at this point. We win, it's great. If we lose, it's great.
I'm a winner.
Fire me? I'm already fired. But find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email the show at WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com, at We Need Wrestling on all social medias. It's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, blah, blah, blah. What's that face?
That with the Giant Size VR.
Oh.
Sorry.
We're a proud member of the soon-to-be-named network at STBN Network on social media, soon-to-be-named network.tumblr.com, where you can find all other shows. Sentai Sleaze Ranger will have our monthly podcast with Ed. It will be out next week. Old episodes of Wings on Wings is on there.
That?
Monday.
Okay, I have to put that in my calendar and not forget.
Yeah. Yeah, because Sunday, I think, is the debut of the new Hayabusa.
I thought he's not releasing it.
They're not?
Or wait, I don't fucking know.
I don't
Never
know.
mind.
But so, and then, because then I want to put it on Tuesday. But anyway, that's okay. And then, At Odds with Wrestling with Joe and Adam. Final Wrestling Place with Tim and Marcus. Love those guys. Love everybody. Tim and Marcus started a Patreon. Look up Final Wrestling Place on the Patreon.
Yeah, go
sign up. Give them some of your monies, your hard-earned monies, and get some extra things or see their faces on video. So on and so forth. What else is in that? I think Puzzle Warriors 3 is one episode left, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much at this point the entirety of the network. Yeah, we're a dwindling stable a little bit, but that's all right. The pillars are still here.
It's all about quality.
The roof is quantity. Up because the pillars are still standing. So check all those shows out, and we'll be back next week talking Grand Queendom and AEW and
whatever else happens in the crazy, wacky world. That's
maybe
complete work.
A medical update from Sabu.
Yeah.
And
everything's a fucking work, DJ. Just remember that.
Remember it. I'll never forget.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!